side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! The Travis and DeMarco Show with Mr. Kirk Morrison.
Kirk Morrison, yes. No DeMarco today. It is Kirk today. It is Kirk today. It is Kirk today. No,
You're fired up.
Shut
It's
up.
draft day.
It's draft day, man. I barely slept last night.
Yeah.
All the old memories are coming back to my
yeah.
draft day, and so you get excited about draft day because you see so many guys, Travis. Dreams coming true tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
And look, I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
I have to be me,
Okay.
Kirk, right?
Go ahead.
A lot of people, fans, are going to
Yeah.
be like, no, like
Yes.
we're gonna get some of that too. The guys that are like, okay, we're gonna no, and I think of course Donovan McNabb being the ultimate. He turned out to be pretty good, so nobody knows anything on draft day. So it's gonna be great. We're actually here at Legends Attic in Claremont, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in beautiful Claremont, California. So we got a great show. We're gonna talk a ton of draft. We're gonna talk a lot of NFL football. Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce is gonna be here today. Our pal Oral Hershiser, of course, if we're here at Legends Attic. He'll give us a call probably in that 11 o'clock hour. Cross our fingers, maybe he'll show up. So we'll see how that goes along the way. But it should be a fantastic day. And hopefully it warms up by 75 degrees at some point.
Yeah, we got a little cold front that's coming through right now.
My goodness.
It's gonna heat up as the weekend gets a little bit closer. But it's an exciting day. It's an exciting sports weekend, honestly. When you have a lot of buzz within the city, you mentioned we got a couple of first-round picks for the Rams, the Chargers. Yep. We talked a little bit before the show. The Kings are on fire right now.
We're going to get to the Kings for sure.
Lakers even things up. I mean, the Western Conference is going to be a bloodbath. Let's just right now. The playoffs have been amazing so far. And then, Dodgers need a little break. They need a little break. So, like, last couple of days.
They could use a breather. This is one of those days. You know what it is? It's like, guys, go play a little golf today. Go relax. Go have they got in late early
see a
this
movie.
morning. Go see a movie.
There it is. Go see a
chill
movie,
out.
right.
Go have a nice lunch with your family. Here's what's going on tomorrow.
What's that?
Right? You've got Lakers Game 3.
Yep.
You've got Kings-Oilers Game 3.
Yeah.
You've got Yamamoto against Skeens at Dodger Stadium. I mean, it is an absolutely loaded Friday. And then today, of course, is the draft.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff to get into. You mentioned it, Kirk. The Kings last night, and it's cliche, but there's nothing like playoff hockey. There's nothing like playoff hockey.
There's nothing.
They're really, even because it can change so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When you're watching a baseball game or a football game, there's a build typically. It just, runs don't happen out of nowhere. Maybe it's a home run here or there, but in hockey, it's like everything's cool. We're good. We're going to lose.
Yeah.
It happens that fast. And last night in Game 2 with the Kings and the Oilers, it went from they're doing it again, 3-0. They're just kicking their you-know-whats up and down the ice. This is a 3. Okay, I don't like this. 3-2. And they're gonna, and then they did the thing in Game 2 that they couldn't do in Game 1, which is they said, no, we're not gonna let this thing be a nail biter. Yeah. And they dropped a couple of more goals on their head, and you could feel that Edmonton just they started doing the cheap shot stuff. They started doing the things you do when you're down 0-2 in a series and heading back home. And I'm like, all right, the Kings are in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, it's the frustration starts to build up for Edmonton. For me, when playoff hockey comes, and this is when I really. I watch the Stanley Cup playoffs more so than I do the regular season because you mentioned it means more. Like
it's
the playoffs,
tense.
And no one goes to the bathroom. By the way, nobody. Like I've
Shaq
seen more
does.
people.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Didn't mean to.
Yeah, but you don't go to the bathroom
yeah.
in playoff hockey because you mentioned it. You turn away for 1 second. You sneak off to the bathroom. You go try to grab a beer real quick. And next thing you know, that horn's blowing. And you're like, darn it. Right? I understand the lines that happen inside the concourse. But this is also one of those times, too, where it feels like it's a different buzz in watching Kings hockey.
Yeah.
Like, there's a different buzz. Like, before, we were just like, you watch them. I say we because I love the Kings. That's one of the teams that I really adopted. And it's not just because of the success that they had prior. It's like you start to know the guys even more. You're watching and saying, like, this team is different.
Well, they got a really interesting mix of some of the older guys
Yes.
from their previous Stanley Cup runs, like Kopitar and Doughty and guys like that. And then the newer group, like Kempe last night was just unbelievable.
Yep.
They've got just a really interesting mix, and it does feel you know this. You know, we talk about this all the time when we talk about the Rams. Like, there's a difference between, yeah, they might get into it, and there's a difference that they might win it.
Yeah.
And they're in the second group, and that's why the Rams coming up this year are in that. It's not like, hey, can they make the playoffs? Yeah, if this, and this happens, they might get in the playoffs. It's can they win the whole thing, and that is a totally different vibe.
And I think the series completely changed with winning that first game against the big
yeah.
bad. It's like the Oilers have been the, I don't know, older brother, the bully to them. They knocked them out in the first round every year in the past 3 years. And so I think if they get past this series, they're going to be a huge weight off their back. It's almost like the Dodgers getting farther into the postseason, not screwing it up in that first round of the playoffs. It's like, oh, now we can actually play not scared. Yep. And I think, too, is there the cliche of it's not a series until the home team loses?
It's not a series until somebody wins on the road.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens in Edmonton if this series continues to be all in the Kings' favor.
But, also what's fun, though, is that, and I'm not saying that all – fans are like this, but you have your diehards who are there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have the casuals who come to the most important, the playoff games, who show up, and it's like, I don't want to miss out now.
Come on in.
That's what it is. Come on
in.
Like, you don't want to miss out because you're watching and like, wait, hold on. This looks actually – I need to be here.
Yeah.
That's at the point that we're at right now.
Rocking.
I was listening to the postgame show on our radio station and when I was driving home, and it was funny because the host was talking about these people were on hold for an hour trying to get in to talk about the Kings. Those fans are so rabid, but also there's new fans coming in just so excited about this King series.
And they're a different animal.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
and we like to watch success.
They're also so nice about it, too. Like
they're the friendliest maniacs you're ever going to meet in your entire life.
That's all Canadians.
Yeah.
Are the friendliest maniacs ever met. Like, they could drink you on the table, but they're also
And they're going to help you get in the cab when they're done.
Exactly. It's great. It's almost like Minnesota when we played Minnesota
nice.
The
Vikings, and they played the Rams on that Thursday night, and when we were in that, we were at the post-game show, and they were all just like, "Yeah, you got us."
Hey, you got us.
Yeah,
good team, guys.
They saw Sam Darnold. They're like, "Uh-oh." they were shell shocked because that was the beginning of the Sam Darnold. Hey, what the heck's going on here? Moment all over again. Hey, let's start right there, Kirk. Let's kind of talk about what we're all waiting for tonight. It's the first round of the NFL draft, and the Rams have a first-round pick again. They knocked it out of the park last year with Jared Verse.
They did.
If you could redraft again, Jared Verse is not around at number 19. That's how good of a season he had. He's probably in the top 10, if not higher than that. He was absolutely phenomenal. They got another pick a little bit later, 26. So it's not exactly the same spot they were, but it's a first-round pick in a draft that's a little bit different. They're in a little bit different situation because it isn't a, hey, let's see what we got. You kind of know what you got. You've got a really good team that is really the only team that could confidently say after the last season, we gave the Eagles a fight. We could have beat them, and it's not the Eagles kicked everyone else's butts.
Right.
They did not kick the Rams' butts. The Rams had a chance to win that game. So do you do the thing to put yourself over the top? Do you do the thing to give Matthew Stafford another weapon? Do you do the thing to maybe take that defense from really good to maybe elite? Or do you do the thing to get ready for 2027, 2028 down the road? Because Matthew Stafford, while still excellent, is on the wrong side of 35 years old. He'll be 37 years old this year. And at some point, he's not going to be your quarterback, and that's the hardest thing to find. What do you do?
Well, I've been thinking about this over the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
My initial thought was that I said, hey, maybe the Rams at 26 go get a running back with Omari and Hampton. Then you maybe go get a tight end in the second round.
Oh,
right? It's because look, the Rams, they need a playmaking tight end.
It's the one thing they haven't had.
Last year they flirted with the idea of getting Brock Bowers. And the Raiders took Bowers. Remember that last year?
I don't even know if I think they aggressively tried to do it. And, and if we're using the flirting analogy, she didn't look back.
Right.
The idea was I'm throwing everything I got, and she's just, no, I'm not interested, dude. Leave me alone.
So when Michael Penix went off the board last year to the Falcons, that kind of threw the Raiders off a little bit.
Yeah.
So now the Rams are like I would say they were forced to take Jared Verse, which was not a bad decision.
The universe knows. the universe is pretty wise sometimes, and just, hey, because it was a super chalky pick.
It was.
Like, it all of a sudden, it's just like, hey, he's a really good player.
Let's get him.
From a school that you can kind of sort of trust, especially at
Florida
that
State.
position.
Yep.
And
you had just lost Aaron Donald in the offseason.
You need a defensive guy that can go get the quarterback. Who's the best edge left on the board, Jared? Okay, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Well, he's a lot better than that. And instead of doing the thing that you were trying to do, you end up with the thing that you just ended up doing, and it was fantastic.
Well, they've invested on defense the last 2 seasons in the draft. Kobe Turner, Byron Young. Now you throw in obviously Jared Verse and Fisk and McCullough in the back end.
Yeah.
Right? Cam Curl. Like, you have all of these. Cam Kitchens.
Yeah.
You've drafted defense. I need offense. And the Rams currently right now don't have a number 3 wide receiver. I get it. Tutu, they signed to a 1-year deal. But that's a 1-year rental. As Travis looks at me when I say Tutu Atwell, they gave Tutu some money. So Tutu's going to be here. But Devontae Adams is here, obviously Puka Nacua. I know where everybody's leaning. And quarterback. And I get it that Matthew Stafford has held the Rams hostage the last couple years about, hey, give me more money. And they come to an agreement. He never wants to leave. He always flirts around. You know what? I'm going to leave. Look, he's like that kid is like, Dad, I'm moving out. What you going to do? And Dad's always like, no, come sit down. Let's talk.
You know what they did? You know what Dad finally did?
What did Dad do?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And it was one of those.
I have done that before.
Go ahead. You're not gonna stop me? Mm-mm. Well, no. If you want to go, go. I mean, I'd love for you to stay, but if you want to go,
go.
Go.
And he goes out with a sack, and he goes down the block, and then comes back.
He's not turning into a hobo, Em. He's not going to go jump a train and go off to the next town.
How many times did you move out as a teenager, by the way?
Oh, no.
Like, I'm leaving. Mom, I'm out. See you. Where you going to go?
Go ahead.
Where you going to go?
Yeah.
You go out there, you like start checking your pockets, and the rabbit ears come out. You're like, I'd
like to eat
something.
You're
hungry?
Yeah. I had lunch a long time ago, man. I need something else.
I do think, though, tight end is an interesting proposition. That's Sean McVay's background. He was tight ends coach before he was a head coach, and it just feels like a thing that they've never unlocked with the Rams. And Higbee, though, is not a scrub. He's a great tight end, but you could have another great tight end.
Well, you know what? That is one of my, like I said, I go down these rabbit holes, Emily, Trav, I go down these rabbit holes. Do you know what the first pick in the Sean McVay era was?
The first
pick.
So they
Sean McVay's first ever pick as the head coach of the Rams.
Second round, I'm assuming, because he didn't have a first rounder.
So they didn't have a first rounder.
Yep.
The second round pick. It wasn't Logan Bruss.
No, it wasn't Logan Bruss. No.
Who was it?
2017.
It wasn't Tutu Atwell.
It wasn't Tutu.
It was Logan Bruss and Tutu Atwell in 2021. So it was a little bit. It was after the first.
Okay. Who is it?
This is 2017. Yeah. Sean McVay's first pick as head coach of the Rams. First pick, second round. Gerald Everett, tight end.
Oh, right.
He's always been a tight end guy. Just read the tea leaves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
he's always been a tight end guy.
He was a pretty good player.
He was a pretty good player, but Sean McVay's first pick as head coach of the Rams was Gerald Everett at tight end, who we thought was going to be the all-everything tight end. Played some years with the Rams, obviously no longer with the team. Still in the league.
Yeah.
But you mentioned it, his background as a tight end coach. He
covets it. I love that term.
I love it. He covets it.
All right, so let's pick that up. Let's talk about that. We got an Ask Kirk coming up in about 45 or about a half an hour from right now at 9:45. So there's no way you're coming in and we're not doing an Ask Kirk.
We got to ask Kirk. I'm watching this meme of LeBron after he got fouled, and he looks up to see if he got the flagrant foul.
That was so good.
I'm just watching the memes of all of that.
Let me ask you something. You are a professional athlete.
I am.
You played in the NFL for a long time. You were on the field doing your thing.
Yes.
You knew that there are 100 TV cameras covering these games, right? Like, if you're LeBron James, if you're in one of these things, they're going to catch you doing that. There's no way you could sneak in is anybody looking at me thing?
No, these are people at home with 4K definition TV.
But no, that's a camera angle on him.
I get it, but these are – okay, the second LeBron James walks into an NBA arena – they're going to see every single thing you do until you walk back into that locker room.
Correct. Like warming up without a shirt on.
Like warming up without a shirt on. Like looking to see, did I sell this one? Like at some point, they're going to be like, dude, what are we doing here?
Oh my God! I have so much. That's just my day watching sports is just hilarious.
I want to talk about my favorite GIF as well from last night.
Oh,
so we should talk about that too.
Ask Kirk coming up at 9:45. Draft is tonight. Isaac Bruce is going to be here. We're going to talk to Oral Hershiser. We're going to talk to all the great folks we do when we come out here to Legends Attic. We're going to talk to Mike Capozio, Eddie Elizade, Dave Hobrick, the girls from Talk Dodgers to me. Whole great show planned all day long. We're here at Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in beautiful Claremont, California. Kirk's in for DeMarco. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans.
And tonight is round one of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long, right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Live from Legends Attic in Claremont, 619 West Foothill Boulevard. It is NFL Draft Day. The Hall of Famer, Isaac Bruce, is going to join us a little bit later on. And DeMarco prepped us a little bit with some questions. So I got a few things to talk to Isaac about. Kirk is filling in for DeMarco today. DeMarco's at the Rams Draft House getting ready to
big
do
day.
some
Big day.
The Draft Firehouse.
Draft Firehouse.
Firehouse, for sure. And he's on with Sedano and Cap tonight,
yes,
right?
Sedano and Cap are going to be at the Firehouse leading up to the draft, and then they'll join the draft in progress.
And it's a waiting process.
A good Rams pick follows that.
Absolutely. So, speaking of good Rams picks, why are none of you admiring my Puka Nacua jersey, the new number 12 Puka Nacua jersey?
It's throwing me off.
You know what? Thank you.
The 12 is throwing me off.
It's going to take some time.
It's going to take some time. But how long did Robert Woods was 3 until he was 17?
Right.
It's like stuff moves.
Right. So
it's the first time I'm seeing it.
It's the first time we're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, there was also a transition that we had here in Los Angeles with Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp was number 18 first.
I know.
Yep.
And then he put number 10 on, and we were like,
what?
Okay, what?
Yeah, at least 10 and 18 kind of look alike.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
They're
it
similar.
was weird at first. And then
By the way, that's going to be weird seeing him in Seattle.
Yeah.
It will be weird.
Yeah.
That's going to be very strange.
Yeah, that's another one. That was McVay's second pick in his tenure when he drafted Mr. Cooper Kupp.
But no longer can I confuse Ohtani for being a Puka Nacua fan.
That's one of my favorite Emily stories of all time.
So what happened was, Ohtani was at the Rams game right after he signed with the Dodgers. And I believe Yamamoto was either with him or about to be signed.
It happened later that night.
Okay, gotcha.
They signed Yamamoto later that same night. It was a Thursday night. They were playing the Saints, and we were all at SoFi.
And they put Ohtani on the screen, obviously. Yeah. Everyone goes wild. And then Ohtani shows that he has a 17 jersey, opens up his jacket, 17 Rams jersey. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, he's a Puka Nacua fan in Puka's rookie year. And I just had not paid enough attention to know that was Ohtani's number, which makes sense. But the thing is, it wasn't just me. Puka also thought it too.
Yeah.
Puka was on the sidelines being like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
He's a fan of me.
It was one of my all-time favorite M moments. So 32 guys are going to get picked tonight. Right? 32 guys are going to go in the first round of the draft. Kirk, you were a third-round pick. We were talking about it a little bit during the break, and I said I remembered that you were a third-rounder.
Yeah.
But I did not know that you were still harboring feelings about being pick number 78, that you feel like you should have been pick number 63.
Yeah, because you go into a draft.
I love this about you guys, by the way, that football players, basketball, all these guys that end up getting drafted, it's like, no matter, unless you're the first pick, it's like I should have gone higher.
Always.
Every single guy.
Always.
I love it about it.
Always. Yeah. So, and that's another sidebar, too, I can tell you, because I had a chance to talk with one of our colleagues, Mel Kiper.
Okay.
And so we were just talking some draft stuff, and then I told him, Mel, give me my draft analysis. I always ask him this because I forget every 2 years, and he came back out.
The Kirk Morrison analysis.
Yeah, he says, hey, hardworking player, San Diego State, long years of production, blah, blah, blah. He's drafted between, I think, the third round into the sixth round. He's one of those type of players. Can't really put a pinpoint on there. And then he says, well, but if I redraft you, you were a third rounder that played like a first rounder.
And
I got so excited.
That's
I'm like,
exciting.
Thank you, Mel Kiper. Thank you. But, I go back to 2005. It was one of those situations where here I am. I go to San Diego State. I'm Defensive Player of the Year in my conference. I decide to come back for my senior year because I want to up my draft stock. My original tender was rounds 4 through 6.
Okay.
So I'm like, I want to come back. I think I can go higher. So I come back, and I get ready for the draft. One of my best friends, Matt McCoy, right out here, Tustin High School.
Yeah, right down the road.
The great Tustin High School out here in Orange County, not too far away.
Home of Sean Green, Dodger legend Sean Green is at Tustin High School.
I mean, you got
Mark Grace,
yes,
Tustin High School.
There you go.
Frosty Rucker, Tustin High School. They got a bunch of guys.
They got a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
In all sports, too.
Yes.
And so he decides he's going to go into the draft early. So now we've got like one of our best draft classes at San Diego State. But now this is like my buddy, but we're actually competing against each other.
Same job.
For the same job in the NFL. And I remember the Philadelphia Eagles came out to work, not only myself, Matt McCoy, but we also had another linebacker who played in the NFL for a long time named Heath Farwell. Okay. All three of us, we're working
Three linebackers?
We're all working out for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And Steve Spagnuolo, not even D coordinator yet. He's the linebacker coach, Travis.
That's great.
So he comes into San Diego, and trust me, nobody's trying. Everybody wanted to come to San Diego in the spring, by the way.
You think?
We'll come work you out.
We'll
again.
come see you at your place.
So we were sold that the Philadelphia Eagles were taking a linebacker at pick 63.
Okay.
Pick 63. That's the second-round pick. And remember, this is a team that had just played against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Oh, in Jacksonville. Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Draft day comes. I'm like, oh, yeah, pick 63. That's me. Steve Spagnuolo, we got it. And I remember they get on the clock. Pick 63 comes in the second round. And with the 63rd pick in the second round of 2005 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Matt McCoy, San Diego State.
Oh.
Have you guys ever been in a situation where you've been crushed and excited at the same time? Like, is that a true scenario?
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm crushed, like, oh, that's my dude. That's my guy. That's my guy.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
You're better than me. I would not be happy for my guy.
No,
I would have gotten happy for
crushed
my
and
guy after you go at pick 78 to
Right.
your hometown team, Oakland Raiders. And then I'm like, hey, this worked out for everybody.
But that's another hour and a half later, though.
I know.
Those 15 picks took like 2 more hours. So I'm over here.
I would be
like,
super salty.
Oh, my God. So when I finally got that call, Travis, yes, the anxiety was over with, and the tears of joy started to come down over my face.
I hate to do it, Kirk, but I need to know.
Sure.
I want to go back to your Mel Kiper draft analysis.
Sure.
What were the negatives on you coming out of school? What were the things that prevented you from being like it's from 3rd to 6th as opposed to, oh, he's going to go in the 3rd round? Why were people like, maybe he might slide a little bit?
Well, it's because not elite speed.
Okay.
So I'm not a 4.5 guy.
Yeah.
I'm a low 4.6.
Yeah.
Maybe you may get me in the 4.7s back then.
Okay.
But I ran a 4.6 and I was good.
At
That's
the combine or at the pro day?
At my pro day.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's a 4.61 or 4.60 or 4.698. It doesn't matter. As long as it had a 6 in it, I was good to go.
Yeah.
And so that
great.
was one of the negatives. And then also they say, hangs on blocks too long. So it's just like little stuff. And I've tell people this about the NFL draft. The draft process is meant to tear you down.
Of course it is.
It's not meant to build you up.
No. This is the part that I'm sure that there are teams still doing it right at this minute, getting ready for the draft tonight. They're looking for reasons not to take you as opposed for reasons to take.
Correct.
He doesn't do this, and this. Yeah, but you know what he's really good at? Playing football.
Exactly.
You know what he's really good at? Getting in the end zone. You know what he's really good at? Sacking the quarterback. You know what he's really good at? Catching touchdowns. Like and look, listen to who's saying this.
Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
I'm not. No one's ever
Mr.
said.
Criticism.
You know who's super positive? Travis. No one's ever said that. But it's.
I love that.
Like it's one of those things. It's like, guys, don't get so in the weeds of all of this bad stuff. Like, look at all of these amazing things. Yeah.
But there's occasionally though where that stuff that's not on the field is what actually doesn't allow him to succeed on the field.
Yeah.
So there's the occasional, like DeMarco was talking to us about the Rams' background process, and that is something that like might help them if guy A and guy B have almost the same thing, but guy B has some extracurriculars that are not savory.
If it's off the field stuff, that's a
take you off the board.
Hold up,
right?
Yeah.
I don't need a guy that is doing robbing banks in his spare time. I don't need that. But if it's a, like for instance, who's the guy that might go the tackle? Campbell's his last name.
Yeah, Will Campbell.
Will Campbell
with the short arms.
With the short arms
by an inch. And I don't want to joke about what a difference an inch can make. We'll leave that aside over there. Right? We'll put that over there for a second. We don't need that. What I'm saying is, you're telling me this guy's a great football player, like everything about him, but instead of having 34-inch arms, he's got 33-inch arms, and we're saying no? That seems crazy.
But Kenny Pickett had tiny hands, and we could tell he had tiny hands.
But Kenny Pickett kind of sucked. But he like coming in, it's like,
I just don't trust a quarterback who wore gloves. It doesn't matter to me. So anytime I see a quarterback with gloves, like other than Teddy Bridgewater, I don't trust you.
Teddy too.
So yeah, and then Will Campbell. Here's a guy who started from his freshman year at left tackle. in the SEC.
Right.
The greatest conference in college football.
By the way,
and held his own. Did not give up sacks.
Blocking other NFL players.
Correct. The whole way.
These are he's not blocking guys that are going to go be working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car in 2 years. He's blocking guys that are going to be playing on Sundays in 2 years.
That's what I'd say. That's
but
what
then there are things like the Travis Hunter news that came out yesterday with the quotes of like maybe the energy was not great in his interviews and stuff. But the guy's amazing. The guy's a Heisman.
But he is a boring interview though.
Okay.
Oh, he's boring.
That's fine. I'm good with boring.
He's boring.
I'm good. Like if you're cracking me up, if I got, dude, you're gonna have to stop so I can catch my breath during the interview. I'm like, I don't know if this is like a serious individual. I'm good with that.
Okay, but you're great interviewing Puka Nacua. The jersey that you're wearing.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand. So, but I don't know if he fits in LA, but maybe he fits better in Cleveland than Travis Hunter does, right? Like the whole thing about the process again, Travis, it's they build you up to tear you down.
Yeah.
And they tear a lot of people down.
Yeah, no.
And
look,
that's why
I would have been a good scout. If it's all about being negative, I could have been
negative and judgmental.
But that's why tonight, when you see those names called, those are not tears of joy; they're tears of relief. Like it's finally over. Oh my goodness!
All the hard work.
Yes.
All the people that have supported you. All the people that have helped you get to that point. And by the way, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Got to get a little lucky.
You do.
You got to stay healthy.
You do.
You got to have good coach. Like everything's got to kind of break the right way for you to have a moment like 32 guys are going to have tonight, and then a whole bunch of guys on Friday and a whole bunch of guys on Saturday too. Like it is an amazing moment, and we'll continue to talk about it. Isaac Bruce is going to join us a little bit later on. Oral Hershiser is going to join us a little bit later on. We are here at Legends Attic in Claremont, 619 West Foothill Boulevard, and we'll talk a little Dodger baseball coming up next. The hosts of Talk Dodgers to Me right around the corner. It's Trav and DeMarco. Kirk's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or a handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, we got an Ask Kirk coming up in about 10 minutes. Right now, you can send them to me at Travis Rogers. You can send them to Emily at Emily Hebel. You can send them to Kirk at Kirk Morrison. And you know how we like to make Kirk squirm a little bit. We can have some food stuff. Kirk sitting in for DeMarco today. We are here at Legends Attic in Claremont. Isaac Bruce, Oral Hershiser coming up in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to talk a little Dodger baseball with the hosts of Talk Dodgers to me, Melissa Meyer and Jacqueline Ruiz. Yes. Welcome back, guys. It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much for having us again.
Of course, Jacqueline, we got to start with your dress.
I know.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland on 710.
You know we can all hear that, right?
Yes.
Why do you type so hard?
Okay, I want people to hear how much work I'm doing.
That doesn't surprise anyone.
I want
who
everybody
knows
to know that I'm constant. Yeah, sometimes I turn my mic off. I've gotten better about turning my mic off when I'm typing like that.
That's annoying.
The mic thing is more annoying than the typing.
You also bang the table a lot, so it shakes.
What is it? Pick on me day? Is that what it is? Pick on Mason
Is
day?
it like DeMarco? I was gonna say older person thing, but DeMarco also did that. Like,
did you say that? It's an older person thing?
That's the wrong thing to say to Mason.
An older
you
person
been
thing.
With him long
you
enough.
just called Mason old. That will live in his head for the whole
person
weekend.
You just lost a friend.
Yeah, you came out and called me an older person.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Lawson.
All right, apologies for a little technical snafu right there. We are here at Legends Attic. We're talking with the hosts of Talk Dodgers to me, Melissa Meyer and Jacqueline Ruiz. And DeMarco and I have been talking a lot about this. Kirk, you and I haven't had a chance to kind of get into it yet today, at least. But this is the weirdest thing, and tell me if you guys agree with this from a Dodger perspective. Mm-hmm. They have the second most wins in baseball, and I feel like they're not playing well. Can those two things be true at the same time, to have a record like they have and look at them and go, eh?
I mean, I think that tells you how good baseball is this season,
especially
the NL West.
It's a really competitive season, but for our fans, it's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a Dodger fan, you kind of are in this weird zone where you're like, I don't know. I know we're losing, but like we're still like we said that in one of our first episodes together. It's like we're just so good. Like, and
you get spoiled fast.
Well, we went from we're so good to we're fine. Everything's okay. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, Kirk, you ever experience that where, like, it's like, okay, we're winning some games, but we're not playing well. Like, we need to be better because the universe will take care of bad play ultimately.
Well, I've told you the story already before in my NFL career. In 2006, I played for the Oakland Raiders. We go out preseason. We're 4-1. I mean, we're 4-1. We're kicking everybody's butt. Feel very confident about ourselves. The regular season starts. and we go 2-14. So there's like this built-up confidence that you have in yourself that we're better than everybody. We can just show up, and I think that's also the case when I'm watching the Dodgers. Sometimes you walk in and feel like I can show up, and everybody's going to bow to us. It's kind of like the New England Patriots. You can't kiss the rings. Nobody's kissing the rings when it comes to the Dodgers, and every game is like a playoff game. To the Dodgers, it's just, hey, it's a normal Wednesday afternoon game. Who cares? For the Cubs, they care. They matter. For the fans who show up, they matter. And I don't know if the Dodgers can rekindle that intensity game in and game out all season long. Do you see that non-intensity that they have right now?
Well, may I ask, what baseball team are you a fan of?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
The Los Gigantes of San Francisco.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, yes.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Enemy territory. You know what? They have a good team this year.
I know.
How does it feel to be
think
back?
it's going to be great.
How does it feel to be back?
You guys fell off for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just we won multiple championships and all that. Dodgers are just they're back now, and I get it.
I agree.
But those games are a lot bigger. Like
they're getting everybody's best.
I went to
every
San Diego
single
State.
Yeah,
I went to San Diego
exactly.
State. So being in San Diego for a long period of time, yes, they've always been the little brother, the San Diego Padres.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Dodgers come to town, it is always a playoff atmosphere. And the Dodgers they don't understand that no matter what, it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they don't understand that. I think they are maybe a little taken back on the disconnect of where their mental and what normally is clicking for them and it's not, and they're having to adjust but I don't think they're showing up with their noses in the air or being like, kiss my ring, I'm better than everyone. I think they know their skills, they know what they hone in on and the hard work they put into that, and I think they show up with that kind of confidence because that's what wins ball games.
I think there's a level of we're going to be at our absolute best when we have to be at our absolute best. And that's not today. That's not right now. And I agree with you, Jacqueline. I don't think it's a matter of we'll get to it when we get to it. It's we're going to be very strategic. We're going to set this up so when we need everybody healthy, we need everybody as crisp as they can possibly be. That is maybe August, September, October. That's where they're going to be like that.
But I think also, Melissa, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like when you watch the game, it's hey, you're playing. Hey, great things may happen. Then all of a sudden, it's like the seventh inning. Dodgers are down. It's like, hey, let's hit our switch.
Yep.
Well, exactly.
I mean,
when we played the Cubs, that's a perfect example of every team is going to play their best baseball against us. Pete Crow Armstrong, he's a Dodger killer now.
Yeah.
And we lose 16-0. I'm like, no. We're the ones that get 16. The other team gets 0. I don't know what's happening here. So I'd rather us, figure it out now. I trust Andrew Friedman. I trust Dave Roberts. I trust our guys. They talk about how none of these guys have egos, and that's what creates this great chemistry. And for the young guys to look up at the veterans and for them to all help each other. We're just finding our groove. I'd rather it be now than down the line.
Yes.
And who knows, maybe they've got this secret plan and they want this to happen.
The hosts of Talk Dodgers to me, Melissa Meyer and Jacqueline Ruiz. And last one before we let you guys go. What do you guys got on the podcast coming up? I know you guys talk to players. I know you guys always have stuff going on. What do you guys got planned right now?
Well, we're so excited about our partnership with Legends Attic.
Sure.
We have episode 55 coming up, so, we have to have Oral Hershiser there for that one.
Of course.
We've got a lot of fun guests coming on. You can find our podcast, Talk Dodgers to Me, on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We have a lot of fun, videos we post on social media. And we'll be here at Legends Attic for all the events.
And are you guys going to see Paul Skeens against Yamamoto tomorrow?
Yes.
We are.
We will be there. That's going to be
Are
amazing.
you be wearing the dress?
I'll switch it to Dodgers.
Okay.
She's got a Dodgers and Lakers version.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
No Kings, no.
Hey, I'm here.
Stay tuned.
So I'm ready.
We got purple and silver and black sequins. I mean, that's gonna
beautiful.
We'll see you on that
fabulous.
next.
Okay.
Yeah,
Travis.
yeah. There you go. You better get a lot of sequins. We're gonna have to make it together. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having us. Go Dodgers.
I'm here.
You got it. It is a Cosm Ticket Thursday here on 710. Experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before at Cosm. Listen for your cue to call, and when you do, be caller number 7, and you'll win a pair of tickets to watch Game 3 Lakers-Timberwolves series at Cosm LA on Friday, April 25th. That's tomorrow. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Calling for your chance to win only from 710 ESPN. A little Ask Kirk coming up next.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans.
And tonight is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
The NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text Kettle to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's Kettle to 321-321.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
He dominated the football field as a fierce linebacker. Now, how about some fierce knowledge? Time for Ask Kirk.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Kirk Morrison in for DeMarco Farr today. A little Ask Kirk imaging. Oh, Alicia Del Valle in the house. How about that?
There we go.
Always nice to see Alicia as well. Yeah. All right, very quickly. Tiffany in Anaheim, congratulations to you. She won the drawing here at Legends Attic. A little football trading card bundle, a Topps Composite Hobby Box, a Topps Chrome Mega Box, an Optic Football Blaster Box. And Tiffany, keep your eye on that stuff or it's going to make its way into the back of my Silverado because I love that stuff. So make sure that you're keeping your eye on that. You ready, Kirk? From none other than Amy Trask is in.
Oh, wow.
Amy is in, and it says, who is your favorite front office executive whose name rhymed with Shamey during your years with the Raiders?
Oh, man. Yes, my favorite executive has to be Miss Amy Trask. She was one of the most powerful women in football.
Yes, trailblazer.
And she was a trailblazer. She represented the Raiders organization at the league owners meetings. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like just events and just the league rules, just the way that the NFL operates, she was all about it. And it was great to call her a colleague, a teammate, and a friend.
Well, it's funny because funny is the wrong word. Al Davis was such a larger-than-life personality, and because the ending was complicated, shall we say?
Yes.
Okay, a good way. You forget how far ahead of the curve he was. First Hispanic head coach, Tom Flores. First black head coach in Art Shell. First woman in a high position inside an NFL executive in Amy Trask. Like, the Raiders were pioneers in these areas.
Yeah, everything about him. Like I said, he drafted me. Now, it was one of those situations where you learn so much about people. And I give you a quick Al Davis story. And this is always one that I have to remind myself where I'm at. Because sometimes when you see people, we automatically, what do we do, Emily? We say, hey, Travis, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Emily, how you doing? When you saw Mr. Davis, you cannot say that after a loss.
Right.
Okay.
I learned the hard way.
You can't acknowledge him?
You have to acknowledge him, but you can't ask him how he's doing. We lost the football game on Sunday. Monday, I'm at the facility later that day. He's walking by, and you can smell the cologne. When you smell that Mr. Al Davis cologne, you're like,
I never met Al Davis, and I could smell the cologne.
That cologne was like, okay, Mr. Davis is in the building.
So you say good morning, Mr.
But
Davis?
you smelled the cologne, so you know he was coming. So
turn to go the other way.
You want to go the other way.
Yeah.
I got stuck. So he saw me. And I'm like, I'm a young guy. I'm a rookie.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hello, Mr. Davis. How you doing? And he looked at me with this scowl, this like, on his face. How do you think I'm doing, Kirk? We lost a football game. I'm not doing well. And after that, I was just like, okay, I will never say, how you doing, Mr. Davis? It's just, Mr. Davis, hello.
Yeah, that's it. You can't say good morning.
Yeah.
It's like, what's so good
it's
about
not a
it?
good morning.
It's not a good morning. So I learned that. I got to know my, it's just hello, and that's it.
Right. Shout out to Amy. She's awesome.
Yes.
So my question is from Emily at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Yes.
Claremont. And my question is, you were telling me about how you moved recently.
Yes.
And I've moved several times here since I've lived in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
What is the number one worst thing about moving? Like, don't do like the basic generic answer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the thing you kind of don't even think about it until you're in the process of moving that is the absolute worst?
It's what I've considered the purge too. So there's two different purges that I've learned.
Okay.
The first purge is when you're packing.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's not going. That's staying. That's trash. That's trash. So that's the first purge where you're just packing stuff up. And you're like, okay, no, I don't want that. Let's just leave that here. The second purge starts when you're unloading at the new place. And you're like, why do I still have this? How did you make the cut? And you're throwing it all away. And next thing you know, that pile starts to get bigger and bigger. And it's like today, I got a new toaster being delivered.
Yes.
Shout out to Costco. You know what I'm saying? You know how I am about Costco.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, that's the part where I'm at now. The second purge where I'm like, I saw the old toaster and I looked at the one that was online and the purge told me, sorry, old toaster.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I'm going new. So I got one of those four slice toasters
now.
Bagel size? Yeah, bagel size.
Okay.
See, that's the new thing now.
Is it the electric one where you can click on the picture of the kind of toast you want?
What you want, yeah.
Okay.
So you can do bagels one side, waffles on the other side.
Oh.
You can do two things at once now.
Okay.
Or you could just never do the purge if you marry Susan Harmon, and you just keep everything that you've ever owned in your entire life, and then you just move everything from an apartment to a house to a different house, and the pile purge just keeps getting larger and larger.
Susan.
The answer to your question, Em, it's actually the unpacking that's the worst part of the move, because it's not going to find like, at least when you're in a spot and you know where everything is, and this goes here, and the kitchen in particular of where to. I still go to I've been in the house I'm in now for 10 years.
Yes.
I still go to the wrong drawer because it was in the other drawer in the other house. It was over there, and now it's over here, and I still can't get it right.
I understand that now. See, now I can go in with a clear mind and now take a deep breath.
Figure out trash day, too, because we've talked about
Already did.
that. Yeah, okay.
Thursday. Hey, you know what? That's why the bags are under my eyes today.
Yeah.
Because trash day is now Thursday.
Got to get it out.
It used to be Friday, and you know how I am.
I do. We're the same way.
No bag of trash shall not be left in the house on trash day.
Gum wrapper.
Nothing.
Cannot be in the house.
Nothing.
Yes.
I'm talking about a piece of dental floss everything must be in the trash bin on trash day.
Absolutely.
I'm a renter. I don't care.
No,
about
but it's just I want to start the day. Like the second
deal.
that trash truck drives away, I don't want a single piece of garbage anywhere near me.
It's to a point where once the trash guy left, and my wife
go to the other side of the street.
No, my wife's I've done that before.
Yeah.
But my wife has like, oh my God, I forgot this bag of trash. I put it in my front seat.
Yeah.
I don't even want it in the house. I don't want
going to the nearest gas station, taking that out.
Trash day comes. I need a clean trash slate.
The place for behind the grocery store with the dumpsters always a good place.
I got a couple spots.
Got
a couple dumpster spots.
Here's one for you. Jason Torres writes: you're able to pet any animal, and it's guaranteed not to attack you. Which animal do you choose?
Ooh, guaranteed to pet any animal, and it's guaranteed. I would say between a lion and a tiger.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what I mean?
You want to feel the fur?
I want to feel the fur, the mane. Like, look, I watched the last Lion King, the new one that came out. Was Lion King 2? Which one was it?
I think so.
No, this one's
Mufasa.
Yeah.
So I saw Mufasa. The backstory.
The prequel.
So I've had, been lucky enough throughout my college football career in terms of broadcasting. I've met Mike the Tiger at
LSU.
At LSU.
Yeah.
But you can't touch him.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But you can see him as he's breathing. Now, he's allowed to go back onto the field now.
Oh.
So they have his habitat enclosure, and they bring him onto the field. Yeah. And then the opposing team is like, they run out and it's supposed to like scare the opposing team.
Well, yeah, it's a tiger.
So I've seen his habitat. Looks amazing. And I get close. You could just feel, you could like see him breathe.
Can I throw one in there?
Sure.
What about like a giant crocodile or an alligator to like run your hand across those?
The
texture
back is cool.
The texture, like the back is all bumped, and then the bottom, the belly would be nice and smooth.
I can go to a cowboy store and go get a belt for that.
Yeah, but it's not alive. It's not alive. And a belt's
you
nice
gotta have
and
a little
smooth.
bit of danger in there.
Yeah.
You can't bite you. Have a little danger.
You could feel it. And Kirk, it would look at you while you're doing it, like saying, if this tape weren't around my mouth, it'd be the.
What about like a piranha, like the inside, like the piranha's teeth and stuff? Like if you could like investigate a piranha's situation without it won't bite you.
Another one is a shark. For some reason, like
they're coarse.
Yes, like a shark, especially like the gills on the side and the fin. But I'm going with lion and the tiger because I love the mane of the lion though. I want to see that. One
more quick one before we call it, because Francis in Glendale always has a very specific Francis in Glendale. Ask Kirk.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
This is you gotta pay attention to this.
All right, I'm listening. Here we go. I'm focused.
Between Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce, and Jim Kelly and Andre Reed, which is the best quarterback wide receiver duo with 4 first names? Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed. Those are 8 names, all potential first names.
All right, I'm gonna lean on, and this is because I'm affiliated with both, right? Rams, and I spent my last 2 years with the Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna lean on the Rams.
Yeah.
And because my name is it's because so many people still call me Kurt anyway. So, even though it's Kirk with 2 Ks, I'm going to go with Kurt Warner.
Okay.
And Isaac Bruce. Because wasn't the old adage was you're not supposed to trust a guy with 2 first names?
First name, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, like Tanner.
Aaron Donald.
Tanner Scott. Don't trust him right now.
Don't
Too
trust
many home
Aaron
runs.
Donald.
Yeah, no, I'll
and
trust
Tanner's
you.
barely a first name. Let me say that.
Well, back in the 70s, there were a lot of Tanners running around.
Yeah.
I knew Tanner Boyle from the Bad News Bears.
Yeah, well, now it's a lot of Jalen's running around.
A lot of Jalen.
Jalen Green, Jalen Tolbert,
for sure.
Jalen Hurts, Jalen this.
For sure.
Do we have another name besides Jalen? This is just the boom.
Well, Oklahoma City has like 4 Jalen's on the entire team. They're lousy with Jalen's. All right, we're still going to talk with Oral Hershiser. We're going to talk with Isaac Bruce. We got a Laker game coming up tomorrow night that we got to get into. We are live at Legends Attic in Claremont, 619 West Foothill Boulevard. It's all coming up. Kirk's in for DeMarco. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. This is your cue to call caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You're in the house to experience the NBA playoffs unlike anything you've ever done before. Lakers Game 3 tomorrow night at Cosm. You want to be there? Caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN on a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Make sure our friends at Cosm Los Angeles get your tickets now. Go to Cosm.com or win them all day long from ESPN LA.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, Legends Attic here in Claremont. And as always, if you have not had a chance to come out here, cannot recommend it enough. If you like sports memorabilia, there's movie memorabilia. If you love Dodger stuff,
everything. This
is the place for you. This is your first time getting to see it.
And I was like, whoa, you walk in, and you're like, that's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff, especially just the pictures and the people in them. You know, seeing Jackie Robinson and you saw Babe Ruth, and then you throw in Fernando Valenzuela is in the corner of that picture. Tommy Lasorda, like those are the things that we really need to focus on because the next generation, they don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily know. And you always have to have those. Like for me, growing up, that was the picture that my aunt had in her home of this guy with a black hat with the SF on it. Never knew who the dude was, but she was just like, it's just Willie. I'm like, Willie, okay. Willie. Growing up, didn't know who Willie was.
Did you think he was a family member?
Didn't know, yeah. Because she would make me say hello to Willie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she said, make sure you always say hi to Willie when you walk in. I'm like, who is this dude? Like, this is my great aunt.
Yeah.
But I realized she really loved Willie Mays.
Sure.
And so I knew, and I grew up wanting to go, we didn't have Google. So encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Trying to find things of, who is Willie Mays? And I realized, to say, hey, kids, and you realize how much history he is. And so this is also, when you say Legends Attic, this is also a way of getting the history back. Because I go talk to these little, elementary school kids. And everybody's favorite player is Ohtani.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you know the guys before them?
I know.
You know what I mean?
I
and I would love for them to see my childhood growing up watching baseball or basketball, those names that they don't really know yet.
Oral, when he comes on with us, I'm sure he'll mention it again. He's mentioned it, when he comes on. But it really is. This is as much of a museum as it is a memorabilia store and things like that. You can really kind of learn the history of all of these different things in the Dodgers in particular. Isaac Bruce will join us, Hall of Famer. He's going to join us here in just a little bit as well. It is draft day, and, of course, we got the Rams, or excuse me, the Lakers tomorrow, Kirk, 1-1, going to Minnesota, first road playoff game of the season. And what I think is the big ask of the Lakers right now is can they win this series? Can they win another series, assuming that they advance, playing 5.5 guys? Because it feels like that's what they're going to do. That you're asking LeBron, Rui, Reeves, DFS, and Luka to all play 40-plus minutes a night. And I get it. There's rest in between games. Ireland, I didn't really think of this. I thought it was interesting. He mentioned it yesterday. Timeouts are longer. Halftime's longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get more time in the game to catch your breath. But when you're playing, and, Gabe Vincent's kind of the other guy, 19 minutes in game 2, but they're really leaning on a very small group of people, one of which is 40. I know it's LeBron James, and he doesn't fit any category, but he is 40 years old. He is in his 22nd season. You have to think that that's at the top of the concern list.
It's at the top. And another thing that has not come up yet, but I'm telling you, I just know what the talking points of, we're going to find something to talk about when it comes to the Lakers in terms of what can we nitpick at? What can we?
Is that a nitpick though, or is that that's kind of a big deal, right?
I'm talking about something else that I feel like I'm going to talk about, because what was the narrative when the Lakers made the trade for Luka Doncic?
Go ahead.
What was the narrative?
Here, I'll tell you what I said.
Yes. What was the biggest narrative? Like, oh my God, they're getting Luka, but Luka is what?
The biggest thing. Luka's out of shape.
Out of shape.
Luka's out of shape, and I think the comma and after that was, this is a deal that is going to set them up for years to come.
Correct.
Whatever happens this year, I don't know. We'll see. How good are they going to be defensively? Are they big enough? But it wasn't. Oh, they're going to go to the final. And when it looked as good as it did, that destination kind of changed a little.
Yeah, the expectation changed, right? We shifted the goalposts. I can't wait to text you as soon as someone brings it up. They're going to bring it up. Oh, Luka's conditioning.
Yeah.
He's not conditioned enough. He's out of shape. Because it's going to happen. It's just the longer.
He's breathing pretty hard at the end of games.
We're in the first.
Jokic and other players.
I get it, but those guys have
but when
never
it comes to
been,
those guys, yes.
Question.
When it comes to Luka, we're going to hold him to a different standard now.
And
Jokic always looks like he's out of shape. And he just throws a triple-double.
Next series will be against the Lakers or the Heat. Or, sorry, not Lakers or Heat.
Warriors
or Heat. Rockets. I've got all of them. Yeah. But both those teams are incredibly mobile, conditioned, young in some areas. They're very quick, and they will tire out this Lakers team. So that's why this is a little cart ahead of the horse if they get to that second round.
But you're also telling your team that the Lakers need to win in 5. Like, I know it's always a joke, Lakers in 5, but you're like, you know what? We need to win in 5 because we need those extra days of rest. This is not one of those series right now where
their worst performances off of rest. Their worst performances off of a week of rest.
So think about it. If they go all the way 7 games, you're almost conceding game 1 of the next series, because you're talking about the battle of going 7 games against this team in that environment in Minnesota, then coming back and playing here. And if you win the series, guess what? Your reward is the Warriors. Your reward is the Houston Rockets. And you saw how the level of play that they had last night in beating the Warriors.
So you want you want the good news or the bad news?
I like bad news first.
Okay. The Lakers are not going to win this in 5 games.
Okay.
No
Lakers in 5.
The good news is neither are the Timberwolves, right? Both of these teams are really evenly matched.
Okay.
I think if they played, and Jorge, you can break in with your aggregate tiebreaker here.
Yeah, it should be 2 games, aggregate, the most points win. Simple.
If they played 10 times, I think they go 5-5. And that's where this thing is going to be somebody's going to have to pull something out of their ear, shall we say. Somebody's going to have a night where it's just, oh, you're not beating that guy. And there are 3 candidates. It's Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
It's LeBron James.
Yep.
And it's Luka Doncic. And I think the differentiator is that the Lakers have 2 and Minnesota has 1. Ant's going to have a game where you're like, nothing we can do with that.
And then you can do it.
He wins.
Yeah, or like game 1. Game 1 they could miss.
he was the best guy.
Right.
We lose.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers have 2 guys that can do that too. And I'm hoping that that's the difference, because the Timberwolves are not the team in game 1 where they shot 50% from behind the line. They're also not the team that shot 20% from behind the line in game 2. They're somewhere in the middle, and somewhere in the middle of that is a really tight game. Now the good news is I also don't think that the Lakers have had that Luka game where not only does he score a lot of points, but he also has 12 or 13 or 14 assists, and he has 10 rebounds. We haven't seen that LeBron game where it's like, oh, my God, he looks like he's 30 again, and he's good. We haven't seen Austin Reeves kind of go super, super hot. So both of these teams have a little bit left in the bag, but I don't think either one of these guys are going to be able to put the other one away early.
I think with the LeBron and Luka, like who's going to take this game, we've seen quarters. We've seen the first quarter of almost every game has been Luka. I want to say I saw on the graphics when I was watching the game, like he was responsible for like 59% of the points in that first quarter, which is crazy. Either scoring on them or assisting on them. But and
or
LeBron
being scored on too.
Yeah, and then LeBron in the fourth quarter comes in and it's like you have to rely on LeBron to finish this game. I want to see the entire 1, 2, 3, 4 for either one of them or both.
Luka's going to have one of those. He always does. He always does.
It's just the consistency of doing it night in and night out. Like and the thing about it, I think LeBron said it after game 1, or no, Luka said it after game 1. We're still learning each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we've been together for 7 months, 8 months all season. Dude just got here a couple months ago, so they're still trying to figure out the playoff rotation. That's the big thing I listened to Steve Kerr last night. When a guy is not playing well, or a guy is hurt, or a guy just doesn't have it, how does J.J. Redick handle his substitutions? How does he handle, which guys are – wait, so who works well with Luka in the second quarter? Wait, okay, but I need to get LeBron a little break here. Okay, now Austin Reeves is going to be like he doesn't like it's the analytics of basketball coming into play.
Football coaches I think are like this too, but the NBA is the ultimate example of this. Yeah. When it gets tight, they go to guys they trust.
Yeah.
Even if that guy's a little cold, even if that guy's a little old.
Right.
I know what that guy's going to give me. I know he's not going to blow it.
Right.
He may or may not make the shot, but it's when you get inexperienced guys, unless they're just wildly talented, it's like, you know that you put Gabe Vincent in the game, he might miss a shot, but he's not going to run the wrong way. He's going to be where he's supposed to be, and that's why
he might chuck an air ball from time to time.
He might. Don't talk bad about my gauchos, Kirk.
He might chuck an air ball real quick.
But he's going to be in the right spot,
correct?
Right? And that's why those rotations get tighter and tighter and tighter. Like Dalton Connect is just he's brand new. Yeah. He's first year in the league. He's not. Gabe Vincent's been through this 100 times.
Jackson Hayes couldn't play. He got 5 fouls in 9 minutes of play.
Those guys, I can't trust you to not
screw it up.
Blow this up.
Yeah.
You might not win the game, but you're not going to cost me the game.
And that's what the first series is for too. Mm-hmm. Is to see who are we, what are we, who can I trust. Because you get to that next series, it gets even tighter.
Yeah, get those battle scars. And just as a point of like news, so Rui, and the person who's kind of part of this rotation, played 34 minutes in game 2. So David Medeman just tweeted this out that J.J. Redick says Rui Hachimura will wear a mask as a precaution for a little bit, quote, moving forward, and is fine otherwise after being hit in the face in game 2. So maybe we get a mask Rui and unlock something.
He looked good with it the other day.
What's the first player you think of when you see those masks? Because there's one person that just instantly jumps into my mind.
Who wore the mask first? Which
one? I don't know if he wore it first, but it's the guy that I think of first.
Is that not Kobe?
Rip Hamilton.
Yeah.
When Rip Hamilton
Rip had the see-through mask at first, though.
but he looked like got Freddy Krueger or something. It's like, dude, or Jason. It's like there's something sinister about somebody that has one of those plastic and Rip Hamilton.
Mask LeBron was crazy.
He looked like Batman when he had it on.
Didn't Kobe wear the mask and then he just took it off and just threw it to the sideline?
I don't need the damn mask. Yeah,
whatever. Just whatever. Yeah.
Lambeer with the mask.
That's what. Yeah.
I think, remember, because everybody kept punching him in the face because he kept bothering everybody.
Or Dwayne Wade foul. Did Dwayne Wade foul him in the All-Star game?
Dwayne Wade had a mask for a minute. Yeah. Maybe I'll do the show with a mask one day. I'm going see-through or the black one. The black one. I look like Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, why not? All right, Isaac Bruce is going to join us. Oral Hershiser is going to join us. We are here at Legends Attic. And, of course, we've got the NFL Draft tonight. Rams, do you go present, take your shot, F them picks, or do you go for the future and what may be happening, not today, not tomorrow, but down the line? That's all coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco. Kirk's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our team, and for you, the fans.
And tonight is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, We will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
The NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Stay up to date with every playoff game with Lakers email sent straight to your inbox. Each email offers something different. Lakers pregame emails provide game day essentials before tip-off, from projected starters to game times, while Lakers weekly emails give you exclusive Lakers content created exclusively for subscribers. Don't miss any of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. That's Lakers.com/emails. Let's go Lake Show.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah.
The key ingredient is something called Teasnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text Kettle to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's Kettle to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
We are here at Legends Attic in Claremont, California, 619 West Foothill Boulevard, and we've talked about Legends Attic before. It's a great spot, and they have incredible memorabilia and history of not just baseball, but the NBA and, of course, the NFL. And we are joined right now by one of the greats, a Hall of Famer, class of 2020, a Super Bowl champion, a 4-time Pro Bowler, none other than Isaac Bruce. Isaac, it is great to have you here, a legend of Rams football as well. Thank you so much for doing this. This is fantastic.
Thanks for having me. It's a beautiful place. Really my first time in this part of California, but I'm truly enjoying it. The Legends Attic is something to behold. I mean, a lot of great memorabilia, and I'm just in awe of some of the photos that I just saw. And always great to be back here in Southern Cal.
Do you ever get used to you being one of these guys? You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny to me, too, when you talk with Kirk, you talk with DeMarco, and you guys that played in the league, and even players see other great players and like, wow, there's this guy and this guy. Well, you are one of those guys, too. Do you still get a kick out of seeing all the other ones?
Absolutely. But the thing is, sometimes you get the sense of familiarity with guys. I mean, you see Marshall Faulk all week long, and he's just Marshall. You see Kirk, you see right. Torrey all week long. That's just those guys. But then you get in awe again when you see the work that they put in on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, the things that they did and the way that they did them. So, you know, I just met Mr. Hershiser.
Sure.
And his nickname always comes up to me, the Bulldog.
Bulldog.
So,
yeah.
Just some of the things that he did. I was able to see his Cy Young trophy, first one I ever seen in my life. So
sure,
it was a pleasure, truly a pleasure.
One of the big things is as a Hall of Famer, as a player, you go out and everyone's always saying Isaac Bruce, but we don't realize how much of a fan that you are of the other sports and of other players. You mentioned Oral Hershiser. How much do you see other guys and you just say, you know what, man, I'm your biggest fan as well?
Just about every summer now since 2020, I've had the pleasure and the privilege of going back to Canton, Ohio, watching the other guys get inducted. I see Earl Campbell. I see a whole table full of Steelers. And it's just, they could call it the Steelers Pro Football Hall of Fame. There's so many of those guys. But, when I see a guy like Dan Marino, I grew up in South Florida. I was a Miami Dolphin fan right up until the point I got drafted. Wow. And I became a Ram for the rest of my life. And, when I see Dan, he typically rolls his eyes when he sees me coming because I want a selfie with him because I grew up watching him, doing everything that he did on the field. I'm a big fan of his. The Dolphins came out here last year to play, and I caught him in the lobby of the hotel, and we did our selfie thing again. So I'm a football fan. I'm a huge fan of the game. I love it. I still enjoy watching it, college, pro. And, I turn into a fan when I see those guys.
Isaac Bruce, the Hall of Famer, joining us here on Trav and DeMarco. Kirk Morrison in for DeMarco today. And, I've asked DeMarco this question a lot, and you guys were together. You started here in L.A. for one season before moving to St. Louis. And quite frankly, the team wasn't very good at the beginning. You guys won 4 games, 7 games, 6 games, 5 games. And then all of a sudden, boom, it changes. And you guys go 13-3. You got a team that's filled with future Hall of Famers. Did you know you were on to something as you were building? Could you feel yourself getting closer and closer?
Well, I think once Coach Dick Vermeil took over, we became a tough team. We were a losing tough team, and you know what that's like. I mean, you play a lot of close games, but eventually you're going to find a way to lose it. So we played on those teams for a while, and I think in the spring of '99. From a draft standpoint, from a free agency standpoint, we brought in some guys that could truly make a difference, and we brought in the man himself, Coach Mike Martz.
Yeah.
Coach Mike Martz just really walked around, and you could feel and see the confidence just dripping from him. And when he get up in front of the offensive team, that really imparted that confidence to us, and it went from meeting rooms to the practice field to charter flights, and when we got on the football field, it was a sight to see.
Take me back to 1994.
Yeah.
Pick number 33 by the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about that moment and when they called your name?
Well, I had completed 2 my freshman and my sophomore year of junior college out here at Santa Monica City College. I went on to Memphis to play 2 years there, but the draft is so. It's different. You really don't know where you're going.
Right.
You interview with just about every team, and I heard stories about the team that interviews you the most. They probably won't even have a chance to select you. It'll probably be someone that you never interviewed with.
Right.
It's kind of similar in my experience. The Rams came to one of our practices, I think in November. And the message was that, we didn't like anybody out there. So, I figured I wasn't coming back to L.A. in that sense. But, I was sitting, I didn't have a big party. I just really sat not too far from my dorm room at Memphis. And, I got a funny story because it was actually captured on ESPN. So the first round is over. I didn't go first round, but Chris Berman, he's like, telling everybody we're going from ESPN to ESPN2 now. So as he's signing off on ESPN, I hear in the very background, the Rams are up picking. And I hear second round, 33rd pick and I heard the word Memphis. And I kind of got on the front of my seat, right? So, and then I heard Isaac, right? And I was like, I heard the guy in the back call my name, right? So, and my agent's sitting there. He's like, well, no, I don't think he called you, but Isaac Davis from Arkansas, he's a guard. And I was like, bro, you're fired, okay? I heard my name. So, you hear the little music. The little music. Chris Berman is still talking. Mm-hmm. And it says current selection, 33rd overall pick, Isaac Bruce, Memphis. And I was like, yo, I told you that was me. And I just proceeded to tear up his house and kicked everything over. Got a phone call from Chuck Knox. From Chuck Knox to Georgia Frontier, which was the owner at the time. Nice woman, very precious woman. And, yeah, that was it. Flew me out the next day.
Terrific.
Back in L.A. They gave me Henry Eller's number 80.
Yeah.
And when I see 83, I always think Flipper Anderson.
Flipper, right.
Yeah. So, they gave me his number, and, I tried to do my best to, put it in the Raptors for
well, you did a pretty good job. You made it to the Hall of Fame. So I think you scratched that box for sure. You mentioned Chris Berman. I was talking with one of your former teammates, DeMarco Farr, my everyday co-host, and he told me the story. He goes, you got to ask Isaac, and you just mentioned his name, about Chris Berman, that when you were inducted into the Hall of Fame, that Chris Berman was doing the introductions, and he kind of put you in a little bit of a pickle, didn't he?
Well, Chris Berman is funny. He's at the start of my career, and he's at the culmination of the whatever hopefully whatever National Football player wants is to be in Canton, Ohio.
Sure.
He kind of introduced me, and as I'm getting ready to go to the podium, I have my speech all planned. I had my iPad right there, and unfortunately for me, when Chris introduced me, he grabbed everything up and went and took a seat, including my iPad. So I'm standing there without my iPad, and I have nothing. So I kind of just went from the heart of everything, my full career, and it turned out pretty good.
So you had this entire speech written out. Absolutely. You were planning on reading a speech, and Berman walks off with it, and you're just up there saying, okay, I guess I'm just going to let it rip?
Yeah, pretty much. And the whole time he's sitting to my left, right behind me with my iPad on his lap.
Yo, boom, bring that iPad back
over
over
here. At the end of it. Say, good job, man. I was like, all right, yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to read the speech to anybody? Do you still have it?
I think I still have it on my iPad, but no, I didn't get a chance to read it out publicly then.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You mentioned that you go back to Canton every year and for the Hall of Fame inductions. And you mentioned the Pittsburgh Steelers and their little group, their tables.
Right.
Well, we know that the Rams table is getting bigger as well.
Yeah, it is.
Especially, yourself. You can throw in Orlando Pace, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk. Yeah. Obviously, we're waiting on Torrey. We know Torrey's going to get in there. Right. But how is it now when you walk around Canton and you talk about those busts, the face of the guys who were immortalized forever? Yeah. Do you sit back and say, man, I can't believe what we accomplished, that Rams group that will live on for history as one of the great teams in NFL history?
Well, as an athlete, particularly a professional athlete, we have the mentality of more. With those many guys being in that huddle at that time, you have a Hall of Fame coach and Dick Vermeil, Torrey coming up, and even London Fletcher. He had a great career,
rookie,
longevity. He could actually be there one day. You just feel like you left a lot on the table. We went to 2, played in 2, won 1, lost 1, and had the opportunity with the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed in 2004 for another opportunity to make a run and go to a Super Bowl. And unfortunately, we just didn't get it done. So when we talk more about missed opportunities than Super Bowl 34 and celebrating that way. So we professional athletes, we're just different. We're funny, sometimes crazy in a good way though.
So you mentioned Super Bowl 34. You guys beat the Tennessee Titans. There's the famous play. Mike Jones makes the tackle, on the 1 yard line, and here he comes. And what's going through? Obviously, defense is on the field. You're on the sidelines. You're watching this happen as they run the play, as Steve McNair is looking down, and all of a sudden, take me through what you're seeing as the Super Bowl is lit. You're going to win or lose the Super Bowl on this play.
Well, I'm just watching a football game up to that point. And you talk about Steve McNair. He doesn't get enough credit.
No, he doesn't.
For the way he played. He's the MVP of the league, and just that last drive within itself. Normally, when I'm watching the defense play, I normally stand opposite of where the action is happening.
Okay.
Because, you got your defensive guys up there, you got your defensive coaches and coordinators. They're bringing guys in, calling plays, so I don't want to get mixed in there. And plus, all of them are pretty tall. I can't see over them anyhow.
Okay.
So I normally stand at the opposite field, and at the very beginning, I watch the snap take place on the Jumbotron to my right, and then, kind of watch the end of the play on the field. So that was just my MO. So same process. I watched the snap take place. I see Steve go back. I see him let the ball go. But then I couldn't tell what happened. So I looked to the opposite side of the field. I wanted to see the reaction of the Tennessee Titans because that's going to tell me the story, right? So they're kind of slow walking, and then I kind of veer to my sideline. I see everybody rush the field. So that let me know that somebody had made the tackle. Somebody didn't get in the end zone. So it took me probably a couple of days later to figure out what really happened.
Oh, really?
And see Mike Jones make that play and just see how close Chris Dyson was to sending that game into overtime.
I want to know the feeling, though. 6 catches, 162 yards.
I was about my business.
You was about your business. But what is it like to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl? Like, what's the feeling? You cross that goal line, and everybody's watching you. Isaac Bruce, 162 for a touchdown.
Well, you have a total of 22 starters, offensively, defensively, and we all have big dreams, right? And I can honestly say that I've never had a dream of blocking in a Super Bowl. I've never had a dream of even throwing a touchdown pass in NFL in a Super Bowl. Never making a tackle, never had that dream, but I've always had the dream of catching the game-winning touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Even if you're the great Jackie Slater, and I rib him. That's one of my best friends. His dream couldn't have been blocking in the Super Bowl. It had to be catching or running the ball into the end zone in the Super Bowl. You have that dream. Yeah. So to be able to have that dream fulfilled in Super Bowl 34 in front of family, friends and foes, and just how the stadium is split between Titan fans and Ram fans, it was exhilarating. It was all the emotions that I could think of, and really just walking back after the play to the sideline with Georgia Frontier, who never comes out of the out of the
Sweet.
Whatever she was, but be walking on the sideline. I'm thinking, what are you doing here? But moments that are really etched into my mind, I'll never forget it.
The Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce joining us, and you've mentioned Dick Vermeil, Mike Martz, Kirk mentioned all of your Hall of Fame teammates: Orlando Pace, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, yourself. And was there one thing in particular that made that group go? Because all great teams, Super Bowl winning teams, World Series winning teams, they've got a lot of great players, but there's usually one thing that kind of like, hey, we found the thing that really brought it all together. Was there one thing for that Rams team that just kind of made everything hum?
I'd have to say confidence. Unfortunately, I played at a time where the San Francisco 49ers, that team up north, was like humming, and they had guys all over the field from an offensive standpoint, defensively, and had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks that I had to play against. And, the biggest thing with them is what I saw was confidence. They were going to find a way to win, and they were going to find a way to do it in style. So I think as a whole, when the Greatest Show on Turf came together, we were very confident. When we got off the plane, we felt like we were going to win. And I felt like the opposing teams that we played kind of sensed the same thing too. So they may throw a punch. They may even land a punch. But at the end of the day, you're going to see Torrey Holt running 80 yards. You're going to see Oz doing another punt return. You're going to see Tony Horn with a big kickoff return. You're just going to see Marshall, doing what he does.
Marshall,
whatever it was, you were going to see that happen. So, yeah.
One of the things that DeMarco always talks about with that group is that you guys were like a family, like brothers. Yeah. Because I look at a team that is as talented as you guys were, with so many different guys that needed the football in their hands. And I sit back and I'm saying, well, there's Ricky Prohl, and there's Oz Hakeem, and there's Bruce, and there's Holt, and there's Conwell, the tight end, Roland Williams on that team. Because in today's NFL, a guy doesn't get the football, he's reading books on the sidelines, right? or he's upset he's not getting the football. Yeah. Kind of talk about how you guys were able to say, you know what, we are able to share because we know it's for the greater good of the team. Yeah. There wasn't this, I need the football at all times. Yeah.
Well, that need for the football, is still there. Right. Trust me, some of that diva, it's still there. But what we found a way to do was to kind of subdue it, kind of let it simmer, and at the same time, we used the energy to block for each other, because I truly felt like we all liked each other.
Right.
You get some teammates and some teams where, you got a lot of talented players, but they don't like each other. I mean, they don't hang out. We hung out with each other. We go on road trips, and we go to dinner, go to lunch, and we truly celebrated the success of each other. Other guys were making plays when Coach Mike Martz would put the spotlight on a certain player. I mean, he give you a series where we're just going to go to Torrey right here, and this is what we're doing. So at times when I had to be the best or the number one decoy in the National Football League, I took pride in it, you know, because I wanted to get my guy open, and I know he's going to do the exact same thing for me, and it just made my job easier, so I wanted to make his easier.
Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce joining us here at Legends Attic in Claremont. Rams made a big acquisition. This current Rams team, Devontae Adams coming over. What are your expectations for him on a new team? But all of a sudden, we've seen what he looks like when he has a quarterback that performs at a high level. We saw it with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Matthew Stafford obviously is a special talent at that position. Could we have a monster Devontae Adams season coming our way?
I would hope so. I think he's at a point in his career where he wants to win. And that's important. I mean, make a deep run in the playoffs and ultimately end up in a Super Bowl. And with the Rams, you see how close we were last year. I mean, 2 or 3
right
plays.
There. Yeah.
2 or 3 plays. You're not talking about Jalen Hurts. You're not talking about Saquon Barkley anymore. You're talking about the Rams hosting the NFC Championship game. Well, I was probably this close to making reservations for my ticket to get out of it. So. But, I think he's in a good place. I think the core of the offense and what we're doing from an offensive line standpoint is really sticking out and being able to protect Matthew Stafford. I feel like we may add to that tonight and through the weekend. So I feel like he's in a good spot and a good place where the Rams can really flex our muscles early in the season.
What about that, Isaac? That first round of the draft tonight, and obviously the rest of the draft will play out over the weekend. But when you're in the league, and when you're on a good team, the way that you were, the way that the Rams are right now, drafting things that can help you now, this season, versus, hey, look, we got a team to run that we need to be good in 2028, 2030. As a member of a current team, are you watching the draft with a ton of attention or thinking, let's get something for now? Or are you thinking, I kind of get what they're trying to do for the future?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. It's twofold. I mean, we can just look at it from a quarterback standpoint. We want to make sure that we get somebody that's that can back Matthew up. Not only that, he can run the system when Matthew starts. I mean, you can't play forever,
right?
But you want to make sure that you get a guy where you at least have him for a year to really learn from someone. I think one of the biggest benefits I had was that I had Flipper Anderson, I had Jesse Hester, and these guys taught me how to be a professional wide receiver, taught me how to run routes versus zone. Just watching them every day helped me tremendously. When Jesse Hester kicked me in the game one time, and that was pretty much it. He's like, you're equipped, you're ready, so go ahead and go. So I think it can be two folds. We can go in looking for that guy in the future, and that future may be week 12.
Yeah,
so, who knows?
You went up against guys like Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, your own teammate Aeneas Williams. Yeah. But who was the toughest guy that going up against that you had to go up in a game? Who was that cornerback that you said, a lot of people may not know him, but, man, this dude gives me fits?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I never met him. we talk about confidence, right?
I love that.
There we go.
So I mean, but
torched everybody.
Yeah, but the thing about it, it's a guy like Aeneas, it's a guy like Deion Sanders. I mean, these are guys that are like they study the game.
Yeah.
They study routes. Yeah. They study route combination. They study splits. Anything that can help them get a read on a play that may be coming. That's just, I mean, those guys, I mean, you can tell they study the game, and they gave me a little pushback, but yeah, Isaac Bruce is coming through.
People always say that people think that the game is so complicated, but you talk about it. Yeah. I know by where you're lined up at, where you're outside the numbers, inside the numbers, on the hash mark.
Correct.
The football game is about spacing.
Yes.
And once you learn spacing, and I know I never played in Mike Martz's system, but I know that's what you can't be a dumb football player in Mike Martz's system.
Not at all.
I've heard that from many a time. Why was that?
Because he expected you to think like a quarterback. He wanted to open your quarterback eyes. If you're a receiver, if you were an offensive lineman, he wanted you to have quarterback eyes. So I can tell at the snap of the ball if I was getting the ball or not. Because
you already knew.
Exactly. I mean, based off our splits and based off the way the defense was lined up against what we were doing. So I can tell who they were taking away, if they were taking me away, if they were taking Torrey away. I'd better get open. If I had an opportunity to go against man-to-man coverage, I can tell that just at the snap of the ball. But the biggest thing about it is that, I said that we liked each other. So therefore, he could understand the same thing as far as what I'm seeing, and he go full speed. He'd be the best decoy in the league, and I'd have to be the best decoy in the league, and he'd be the best receiver in the league at times, and I'd have the privilege of being the best receiver in the league at times.
Isaac Bruce is coming through. All right, for sure.
We never found him. We never found somebody to cover him.
Two things I got to thank you for, Isaac. Number one, giving me another story where I've never met him. That's going to be something that I tell over and over again. That is fantastic. And number two, thank you so much for doing the show. Really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Always.
Yeah, fantastic. Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce right there. Lots more to get to. NFL Draft, Dodger Baseball, Oral Hershiser coming up as well. Trav and Kirk Morrison today on 710 ESPN. And a reminder that it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Experience the thrill of NBA basketball and the playoffs like never before at Cosm. Listen for your cue to call. And when you hear it, be caller number 7, and you can win a pair of tickets to watch Game 3 of the Lakers and Timberwolves at Cosm Los Angeles tomorrow, April 25th. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Call in for your chance to win only from 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. This is your cue to call caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You're in the house to experience the NBA playoffs unlike anything you've ever done before. Lakers Game 3 tomorrow night at Cosm. You want to be there? Caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN on a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Thanks to our friends at Cosm Los Angeles. Get your tickets now. Go to Cosm.com or win them all day long from ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Another great day at Legends Attic in Claremont. Always a great day at Legends Attic in Claremont. Fantastic conversation with the Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce just a few minutes ago. And Heidi from Covina, she has a souvenir that she's going to remember for quite some time, an Isaac Bruce autographed mini helmet. She won it in the drawing here on 710, so congratulations to Heidi. And every time we come to Legends Attic, it's not a trip without talking to Oral Hershiser. Oral, always great to see you. How are you?
Good to see you guys. Good to meet you, young man.
Oh, no, great to meet you. And I'm just going to start with my own question.
Okay.
I talked to Travis before. I said,
Don't go fanboy on me.
No, I have to. Well, I mean, it's like fanboy, but there's also like
fan man.
No, not fan man. There's
That's
like,
the guy with the backpack. Yeah.
You know, just kind of demoralizes a youngster.
Okay.
You know, the 88 World
Can
Series.
I ask you your age?
43.
Oh, wow.
Oral,
okay.
He's not going to put it out there, so I'm going to
So you were like
I'll put
he's
out
a
there.
6 or 3 years
6?
old?
Yeah, I was
right
6 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dennis Eckersley got hit for a home run. That's a totally different
Did you have a Hershiser jersey or a Gibson or a Socia jersey or you know?
Tell him, Kirk.
No,
Tell
You're rooting for the Oakland A's.
Yeah, both. A's and Giants.
A's and Giants.
Yeah, I was both, but more Giants than A's.
Well, I was a Giant for a year.
For a year.
That's Eddie Alizada, my partner here with Mike Capozio of Legends Attic. Eddie had a poster of me in his bedroom when I was a Dodger. And when I signed with the Giants in '98, he ripped it. But now we're partners.
But I feel like for me, for a story that doesn't get told enough is everyone has called you the Bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, he didn't go to Fresno State. He didn't go to Georgia. Like, why is he the Bulldog? You're a handsome man.
Tommy.
You're not a bulldog.
Oh,
okay?
No, I'm a Chihuahua. I'm a librarian.
But the name, the coining of the name, the bulldog.
I didn't like it when I got it.
Yeah. How did it come about? And now when people walk by.
Tommy Lasorda thought I was soft.
Real.
And he's like, this guy's got big league stuff. He's got to believe in himself. He called me and my pitching coach, Ron Paranowski, into his office, and Tommy sat me on the couch. He got up from his desk. He came over, and he just got in front of my face. And he's like, did I just hear booing?
No, Bruce.
Oh,
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yes.
Oh, they're bruising.
Yes.
Okay.
Isaac Bruce.
Yeah.
I was like, what? They don't like my story? What is going on around here? So, Tommy's in my face saying, I don't like your name, and when you come into a game, Dale Murphy says, Oral Hershiser, I can't wait to hit off of him. But from now on, your name is Bulldog. And since your name is Bulldog, when you come into the game, they're going to call now pitching for the Dodgers Bulldog Hershiser, and Murphy is going to be shaking in his boots. And he goes, if you don't start pitching like a Bulldog, you're going to be robbing church donation plates. But if you do pitch like a Bulldog, you'll be flying in Lear jets. So your nickname from now on is Bulldog. And when you hear me bellow that from the bench to say, come on, Bulldog, I don't think you're tough enough at that moment, and I want you to believe you can get these guys out.
That's like a Mr. Miyagi, Sensei Miyagi, Daniel LaRusso moment.
But I did stand on one leg for a living.
That's right.
Did you get that?
I got that.
Daniel LaRusso.
I didn't
sort of
I put my hands together,
Bulldog.
So from then on, I didn't like it. And when Tommy got in your face, after the speech was over, I don't know if you would call it a speech or yelling. You needed a towel to wipe your face, but you didn't. You didn't dare wipe your face while he was talking to you.
Yeah.
You just sat there and took it, and it usually had some white clam sauce in it, and other stuff.
Sounds lovely. That's quite a day.
Yeah.
Oral, so
thanks for that question.
It's terrific. So you're sitting right over here. Listen, Isaac Bruce.
Oh my gosh!
And
what a classy gentleman.
Yes, terrific.
What a humble individual, and still keeps himself in great shape.
Oh, he looks great.
I mean, he looks like he could still play.
He does.
We walked over to the Doubletree Hotel over here to pick him up. He's staying overnight. He was in last night. We gave him a car from Capozio Buick GMC. And he didn't even use it. He said, I'm on different time. I just went to bed. He was just so relaxed. We couldn't get him out of Legends Attic. He's you go to give somebody a tour and you're pointing out stuff, but he's enthralled on one object. Oh, Jerry West, he was here and I got to have lunch with him. And then he goes to another room. Oh, this guy and he's just like reminiscing about his life.
Yeah.
And some of it's fans, some of it's because of what he accomplished and the people he got to be around. But he loved the tour in there, and I think he would. We're going to run long with him because we're very sensitive about bringing athletes here and not treating them perfectly.
Yeah.
And you guys ran long because you were having a great time with him. We're going to run long because he loves the Tour Legends Attic. Yeah. And so you have a question now.
In fact, I
had
do.
more material, but I was
going to give you as much runway as you need. I think you got it all
it.
in there. You did not mention the dog food company. Would you like to do
that
right now?
No. I don't weave anything in there about Lucy Pet.
Okay, Lucy Pet. There you go. So he was telling the story about Isaac Bruce coming through. Kirk asked him the question about, did you ever meet the guy that was your toughest cover? He goes, I haven't met him yet. All great athletes have that streak.
Yeah.
And what was it for you, the confidence that Isaac was talking about, that idea that, okay, you're coming up and Tommy's got clam sauce on your face because he's trying to light a fire on your rear end, and to the point where you are the bulldog.
Yeah,
it's not you're just calling that, but I'm out there now, and I don't care if it's Dale Murphy. I don't care if it's Darryl Strawberry. I don't care who's standing in that box. I'm going to get this guy out.
I had to build tools to block my fears. Because I grew up a fan of baseball.
Yeah.
I had baseball heroes, whether it's Mike Schmidt or Pete Rose or whoever it was, Danny McClain, believe it or not, because in 68 I was 10 years old, living in Detroit area, Southfield, Michigan. Tigers win it all. I could name you the whole lineup with Al Kaline, Mickey Loach, everybody. Mm-hmm. So I had to build tools to not look at the hitter, to not reimagine the resume that was just walking to the plate. Because I'm the guy that runs from fear, not really towards success. And it's the same direction, right? But one's a motivation of, I don't want to get beat. Okay. And one's I'm really confident I'm going to go for it. So I ran from fear because I love these guys. I couldn't believe I got to pitch to Johnny Bench. I couldn't believe I got to pitch to Mike Schmidt. So the tools that I built to run from that fear was, I am going to be all about execution of throwing a baseball properly and to where I want it to go in the right situation. And yes, the right situation or the context of the pitch was built around who is the hitter and which way's the wind blowing, and am I on turf or am I on grass, and what's the scoreboard say and what inning are we in. Yes, there's a context, but the context of who is the hitter was just about knowing where his hole was or how to get him out, not about the past and how special they were, or if they were hitting 350 at the time, or if they were hitting 220 at the time, big deal. So mine came down to execution, not looking at the guy and going, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Or
trusting the
Yeah, Isaac sounds like the guy that I haven't met him yet.
Yeah.
That's a confidence I wish I could have used that tool.
Yeah.
Now, there were times in your career when it's just flowing out of your body.
Even after you had 1988, you win the World Series, you win the Cy Young. Every award there was to win, you won it. And you're I'll say it for you. You're a made guy in the league at this point. Like, there's no more, am I going to make I'm here, I'm a star, I'm doing this. Even at that point, it's more about the execution and doing it.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a guy who was cut from his high school team till his junior year, cut from his college team till his junior year. I was always I got to try and get into the A group, and then once I'm in the A group, I still feel like I'm being bullied, and I got to keep working at it. So I think once you've experienced that, I didn't all of a sudden then jump to, oh, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I jumped to, how do I stay here?
Yeah.
And I don't.
How would analytics take you away from those instincts? Where we see so much of analytics now that sometimes it takes away from the actual instincts that you were growing up with.
Yeah, I think that in this generation, it would have been hard for me to sleep. There would be so much information that I would want to process, and I would have to be reminded to go out there and just let it flow and be an athlete when you get out there. And we've been on the broadcast with the Dodgers. We of course study the players. We get to talk to the players. We're around them, and you realize the guys that are like hanging on every stat or every spin rate or every location or every launch angle, and then you realize the guys that that's there, but I just play.
Yeah.
And I think I would have been a combination of both, but I would have fought to not get too analytical.
Oral Hershiser joining us here at Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard. If you haven't done yourself the pleasure of coming out here and checking it out, make sure that you do, because if you are a baseball fan, a Dodger fan, a sports fan, a memorabilia fan, it is well worth the trip. Great art by Dave Hobrecht. So
we're not making any money because my partners, all they do is keep buying more memorabilia. I mean, we have more stuff here. It's unbelievable. And people say to us, why don't you charge an admission fee? It's so beautiful.
It would make sense.
And I'm like, no, we're not going to charge an admission fee, because the reason I got into this industry is because there are parts of this industry that people don't feel good about. And I want our autographs to be authentic. I want our memorabilia to be what we say it is. I want our pricing to be right. I want the whole feeling of this is for the fan. And if they come back, even if they don't buy anything, they say, wow, that was just so much fun. What a great place. And if we end up breaking even through the end of this, or if we end up having just a better collection because it doesn't sell, then it's like our wives are so glad that we moved the man caves out of the house into a store.
Pretty good collection when you got a Cy Young Award hanging on the wall in there. It's not a bad place to start.
It's pretty cool.
You were talking about growing up and watching the Tigers teams that kind of made an imprint on you when you were a guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you played in the big leagues. You had success in the big leagues. You've been covering it for a long time. When you get something like you're going to get tomorrow night, Yamamoto against Skeens, does the fan still come out?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And so does my phone light up with ticket requests from me.
I bet it does.
I'm like, when I started getting requests like a week ago or 5 days ago, when all of a sudden the rotations are out and that goes up on MLB.com, all of a sudden my phone's lighting up. I go, why do people want this Friday night against Pittsburgh so badly? And so now I've given a few tickets to a charity of mine, and then this, and then I asked the Dodgers, can I get a few more, because now my brother's coming in town with my nephew who's getting second opinion on his Tommy John surgery. He's in college, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. So I can't wait. I'll be studying tomorrow morning to get ready for the game tomorrow night, but there's not a lot of studying because the story's going to be on the field.
Yeah.
And after Yamamoto throws the first pitch, for me, I hope the fans just want me to analyze what's going on with those two great pitchers, how the hitters are approaching them, what's happening in the stadium. So I don't really need to know a lot of background. Joe can tell you and set it up, and I can sit there and go, all right, I can be Oral Hershiser and just watch this game and tell you what I'm thinking.
How good can this guy be?
Both of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
both. That's a very good
Yamamoto's
point.
stats are better than his right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's interesting that you have one guy that is like a monster of a man.
Right.
That comes out of college and is like just dominant right away. And then you have Yamamoto, who's been in Japan, has won 3 Cy Youngs over there, has been an MVP, comes over here, has to adjust, gets bombed by the Padres in his first outing in Korea, and then slowly gets ready, gets a little hurt after having an amazing outing against the Yankees and has to be on the IL, and then comes back and helps carry the Dodgers to a world championship. So two completely different stories, two different sizes of individuals, two different abilities as far as what they're going to throw. One has a little bit more conventional mechanics and schemes, and another one is like very clean but precise movements of exactly how he wants to throw a javelin, which then ends up having a baseball in his hand, and special coaching on one side, normal coaching on the other. It's a great contrast of how to go be a big league pitcher. It's a very wide range of how you get there.
Is there a difference between being, or is there a difference between pitching versus getting outs? Meaning that you have a pitcher that comes up and you know the offense that you have, but you want to be perfect, and you can't always be perfect. But the offense that you have behind you can score runs. Is that playing a mindset in a game like that where you're going against another pitcher who is just as good as you are, where I have to outduel this guy?
Yeah, I don't know football vernacular and exact terms, so I'm going to change your question just a little bit, but I know exactly what you're going from. You're going for, is there a difference between pitching and you said in getting out?
Yeah.
Is it pitching, and for me in baseball, it would be and throwing or having good stuff or just stuffing. And I think this is a place where we have a slight problem where baseball has realized we have too many pitchers that just go for stuff.
That's what I'm saying,
and others that are going are also pitching. And there is a huge difference between stuff and pitching. And there's a huge difference. Somebody who's going for stuff is throwing at 100 to 110% every time they throw the ball.
Always.
And they are just like strength against strength. Here I come. I got the data, but, boy, I can do this. And then a pitcher is like they're more at 85% effort. Location is more important to them. Movement is more important to them than velocity. Changing speeds and changing locations and understanding what's going on in front of them and how to adjust to a foul ball or a swing or a take. That's pitching. And you are so right on. There is a complete difference between somebody who get outs with stuff and somebody who can pitch.
How long does that take for you to get there?
Some people never get there.
Yeah.
Especially relievers. Some relievers that are expected to throw, 12 to 25 pitches and throw only one inning or three batters, they're going to default more to being stuff guys. And starters who are now in this generation asked to go shorter, but still are thinking about, I need to go 6 or 7 innings would be a great outing. They have to have abilities to get a hitter out at least twice, and the third time around, if they're having an exceptional day, they're allowed to face guys for the third time. They're more pitchers. Starters have more of a chance to default and become. And you asked how long does that take? It's different for everybody. It's really weird to bring a pitch along in the bullpen and then be brave enough to take it into the game. It's really odd to have a pitch in the bullpen that's kind of okay, but it's part of your foundation, and then have confidence to take it in the game. And so it's a different equation for everybody.
Because it took me into my third year in the NFL where the game slowed down.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Where it's like the pictures are just moving slowly.
But
was it about
knowing the play? Was it about knowing the playbook better, or was it about reading what you already knew in the playbook and it's happening in front of you?
It's all understanding the situation.
Yeah.
First down. Yeah. Personnel grouping. Where are we at on the field? Like all those things.
What's the offense's goal? What's the defense's goal?
The checklist that I had as a middle linebacker was this long as a rookie.
For sure.
And then all of a sudden
your hands are far apart, and now your hands are narrower.
We're
on radio,
down.
know.
I know.
And YouTube.
But YouTube. You're always at the camera.
YouTube.
Yeah. But that list started to narrow.
Yeah.
And it slowed down, and I knew what.
Well, and you go through the priority list a lot quicker. So you're saying the list narrowed, but you check these off with subconscious, the first 10, and all you had to worry about the conscious of like 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's the same thing in pitching. So when I developed my systems to run from fear and to run from the resume of Dale Murphy and Johnny Bench and Pete Rose, for me, it was like I had to control my eyes and my thoughts. And so I had to learn to control my eyes, and I did that by looking down after receiving the ball back from the catcher. So I immediately, a lot of times, would look down. And then what I saw on the ground, if I was on the grass around the mound, and I couldn't have done this with the pitch clock, but in my day, we didn't have a timetable. The grass told me situation. The dirt of the mound told me the hitter and what type of pitch and what kind of out I want to get. The rubber told me execute only on the pitch. And then my eyes went from the rubber to the dirt to the grass to home plate to my catcher's fingers to the glove to a breath to execute
every pitch. Every pitch.
See?
When I needed it.
Check.
Yeah.
It was subconscious. But when you were not doing well, you go back to your technique. You go back to your checklist.
I love that.
You are listening to KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Oral, last one, and we've kept you too long, and I appreciate it.
Oh, no. My name's Oral.
What did I say?
It's not written. Come on, oh my
well,
God.
I got the E and
Travis,
the A.
how long have we been friends? You're
Oral.
driving a free car of ours.
Oral, the E and the A thing threw me off for a second. I apologize.
Hey, call Capozio Buick GMC and give the car back.
You don't get the key.
the car back.
You don't get the key.
You're getting it.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Bulldog.
What we've seen so far from this team,
Yeah.
they have the second most wins in baseball. And yet, when I watch...
Are you worried about the Dodgers?
Not at all.
Oh, because I said they were going to go 162-0
not
when
at
we were
all.
8-0.
And I've been saying to DeMarco, he's like, well, I'm like, it's going to be fine.
DeMarco, who's he?
It's going to be fine. But I do think there is a little bit of they're winning a bunch of games, and yet when I watch them night after night, it doesn't feel like they're playing as well as they can play. They're winning games, but they're not running the bases kind of weird. They're making errors.
We just came out of a series where I think the Cubs are playing above their resume and the Dodgers are playing below their resume.
Yeah.
And the last 17 games, the Dodgers are 8-9.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think as an athlete taking the field, there's not a Dodger thinking, "Oh, we'll just come out of it." They are working their rear ends off.
Okay.
They're going through their pregame. That you are getting ready to go win a game and to bite somebody's head off, and it just sometimes you have flat tires. And I've gone back and looked at world champion regular season records, and you will see 7 losses in a row 3 times in a year. You will see a month where they are a losing team. You will see that they were just okay in the first half, and they got it together in the second half.
And I'm going by memory here, but it feels like the Dodger team over the last 8-9 years or so, right about May through the end of July, August, that's when they're just clicking and firing. And they have that run where you look up and wait, they're 25-5 in their last 30. They haven't hit that spot yet. They got off to the really good start, but with the talent, with the players, it's coming. It just hasn't come yet.
I didn't check, but going into yesterday's game, we're the 3rd best team in baseball.
Yeah.
And we were 8-8 in our last 16 going into that game. So yeah, we built a cushion with the 8-0 start. We're going through a 500 stretch right now, a game below 500 in this stretch of 17 games. And I don't think anybody is worried. But when you say that to, and I don't want to say to amateurs, to fans, or to others, but I loved what Isaac said about when you talk us athletes, we're kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're slightly insane. I mean, we don't believe in the things that everybody else believes in because those things would take us down a path of being losers. And you're allowed to be kind of a loser type thinker as a fan at times or as a person at times because it's just part of the experience.
Sure.
But as an athlete that has to go out and perform or go work out to get better the next day or to fix an injury, you can't think that way. Or your career, somebody's going by you. Somebody is going by you. And so there's not an athlete on the Dodgers that is thinking like we're in trouble. There's not an athlete that's not mad. There's not an athlete there that's not going to be prepared, that's not going to be a gamer and go after it. Things happen.
Yeah, and it's the good things are going to happen too, and probably sooner than later.
And I know we probably need to go to commercial, but the difference between good and great and the difference between good and bad is so thin at the top of sports.
Yeah.
It is so you watched a blooper down the left field line in our game. You watched a ball deflect off a glove. You watched a throw that went to the wrong base. You watched all this stuff. And everybody goes, oh, we lost because of that home run. No.
Yeah, no.
Tommy Lasorda had a thing called the Yellow Pages, and he would take the yellow paper, what's not 8.5 by 11, but the legal size, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he'd have one of the coaches every game just write down the little things. and then he would kind of post it, or in his meetings, if he got so mad, he would just read all the things. Oh, you guys think we lost because we blew a save there and that ball dropped in because of that blooper? Well, let me tell you about what happened in the second, the third, the 2 things in the third, this, missed a cutoff man here, got picked off. We got picked off backdoor on a first and second. Yeah. Austin Barnes. Yeah. Should never happen to Austin. Miguel Rojas was on second base. There wasn't a double steal. It wasn't a hit and run. He was just like, where are you going? And he had a brain fart.
It happens. It happens.
It happens.
All right, one last one.
Happened to you in your first 3 years.
It did.
Because your name is Oral, I'm asking you one more. Very quickly, the first month of Roki Sasaki.
You guys aren't making any money on this program, huh? You know commercials.
Well,
go for it.
I got Oral in the chair. We're going to ask questions.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. I landed at 2:30. I finally got to bed at 4:15, and I showed up.
And you're here.
Because you're pretty face.
Yeah, well, hey, what can I do? It's what they gave me.
So what's your question?
Roki, 1 month in.
I mean, we're watching the same thing Yamamoto went through. He's getting used to food. He's getting used to travel. He's getting used to new friends. He's getting used to a new place to live. He's getting used to a new ball. He's getting used to new teammates. He's trying to figure out what time do I need to leave to get there with LA traffic. Yeah. Well, it's different on every day, so I got to leave an hour. I got to expect an hour and 10-minute commute, even though it could be 20.
Yeah.
And when I get to the ballpark, I don't speak most of the language to everybody. So now where do I go? And do I go to the quiet room? Do I go to the food room? What do I tell the chef? I mean, it's just
routine.
It's huge culture shock, and it is. It's so routine.
So routine.
And you got to build your routine. You got to build your confidence. You got to be able to be on the mound, get the signal from PitchCom, and understand if a ground ball's back to me, which guy do I have, the second baseman or the shortstop? What are their names again? All that. It's just so much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it's a rare guy that can go through that culture shock. And I know what it was like for me when I went to winter ball in the Dominican Republic. I went to winter ball in Venezuela, and I was approximately the same age as these guys that are coming over from Japan. It's crazy. It was crazy for me as a veteran who won a World Series MVP to take the Dodger uniform off and put the Cleveland Indian uniform on. I was looking down at my chest. What is that red color there? And I'm turning around, it's Omar Vizquel, and I'm turning over there, it's Carlos Baerga, and I look over there, it's Paul Sorrento, and I look over there, it's Albert Bell in left field, and then Kenny Lofton, and Jim Thome, and Manny Ramirez. I still don't know if I can talk to Manny, but it's just just these guys. It's a culture shock. Yeah. And where am I going to have my pregame meal? And who's the strength and conditioning coach? And he wants to put me through some new exercises. What's the risk reward of these exercises? And interviewing him as we go through the new workouts and all of this stuff. It's just amazing.
Developing chemistry.
Yeah, you got it, man. You lived it. You know what I'm talking about. And it's all part of you. So where am I with him? He's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Keep him healthy, which they're working on. I think we're almost in a Asian rotation now of once a week you pitch.
Yeah.
To protect everybody. And then as we get closer, some of those guys will probably to the playoffs. Some of those guys might toggle into the bullpen or maybe not even be on the roster. And it'll be an adjustment when you get there. One's a marathon, the other's a sprint.
Oral Hershiser, always a pleasure to talk to you. Always great to be out here at Legends Attic. And I'm keeping the car unless you really want to give it to me.
Well, I think we should loan it to him for a week or something.
I love that. I would love that.
Yeah, okay. What kind would you like? Would you like something really nice?
Yeah, something nice.
Yeah,
okay. Take the, the fam around.
Keep your hands off my Silverado, Carson.
Silverado.
Thanks, Oral.
Love you guys.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. All right, we are. Emily, what are we doing?
We could do anything you want.
Okay.
We could do. We could talk more. Let's talk more Rams.
Okay.
It's a draft day.
It's draft day.
We got the draft coming up. Draft tonight. We'll do that next. It's Trav. Kirk's here for DeMarco. 710 ESPN. Let's talk about Joseph S. Normand, my friend Joseph S. Normand. If you get hurt in an accident, and by the way, car accidents obviously here in Los Angeles, they happen all the time. Hopefully you've never been in one, but the odds are you might be. So you need to make sure that you're ready. Put this number in your phone, 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand, because here's how it goes, right? An accident happens, insurance company gets you, says, hey, we got this for you, this is all we can do, go ahead and take this. And you're confused, you could be hurt, you might not know exactly what your insurance policy says. This is why you need to call Joe and have an expert on your side navigate you through this and get what you're actually entitled to, not just what they're actually offering you. The insurance company is about the insurance company. It's not about you. So if you're hurt in an accident, call Joe. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. Of course, you can go normandlegal.com online, and whether you give him a call or whether you go online, make sure that Joe knows that Travis sent you in.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Two LA comedy legends unite to bring it home.
Gabriel Iglesias, Chokoi. One night only, March 21st, 2026, SoFi Stadium. The food, the culture, the people, the vibe, the energy. This is Gabe's home, and this is my home.
It's LA, so you better believe the two of us are gonna bring our A-plus game and then some.
Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Chokoi, Gabriel Iglesias.
SoFi Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Always love coming to Legends Attic here in Claremont, 619 West Foothill Boulevard. If you're a sports fan, if you are a Dodger fan in particular, movies, there's just Laker fan. It's such a great place to come on out and maybe pick something up and just kind of look around. Oral says it's like a museum. You can come in here and have a great time. And if you're looking for that special gift, it's a great place to do it. And the men behind this, of course, my friends, the guys that I've worked with from Rotolo for quite some time, Mike Capozio, Eddie Alizadeh. Guys, let's start like we always do. Thank you so much for having us out here. And we always love to come to Legends Attic.
Thanks for having us. I mean, following the last two people you had up here, I have no idea why I'm up here.
Exactly.
Eddie, thank you again very much for having us out.
You guys make it what it is. I mean, the buzz around here in Claremont, city of trees and degrees, it's fantastic. Thank
Can
you.
I ask a favor of you two? I don't want to, overextend this, but don't let Oral take my car. Because he threatened to give it to Kirk.
Did he?
Yes.
That's Oral. Oral's just learning the business, and he's doing really well at it, but we get calls all the time, and it's like, hey, we're getting an Oral discount. We're getting Oral, give him a car, and this and that. So Mike and I are like, okay, Oral, no problem. So it doesn't surprise me.
All right, so let's talk about the draft. Isaac Bruce is here. That was a great conversation as well. Kirk went through it himself. Kirk drafted in the 3rd round by the Raiders out of San Diego State. You guys, you've got Mike, you've got your Jordan Love jersey on. Eddie, you've got your New York Giants jersey on.
Odell Beckham. Former Ram.
So, Mike, we'll start with you. What do you want to see the Packers do? Because the Packers are kind of interesting with the Rams.
Yes.
They're kind of in a Rammy situation with their quarterback. Do you take the next guy? We still have the main guy. What are the Packers going to do?
Well, I mean, it's pointing to they're going to go on the defensive side with the edge rusher, or maybe the cornerback because Alexander isn't going to be around for a while. But I think they lean towards defense almost all the time.
Pick 23. That's a long way to wait.
Yeah.
Pick 23.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are you a plan for the future guy, or you give me somebody that's going to help me week 1 this season?
I'm a future guy, and the more we could build, the stronger we're going to be down the road.
Yeah. Eddie, what about you?
I mean, it just like last year, we got Malik Neighbors by default, and that worked out for us. This year, we'll take Travis Hunter, which I think is probably the most.
Ooh, that's
iconic
wishful
player.
thinking. That's wishful thinking.
If we can't get him.
That is wishful thinking.
It'll be Carter, right?
All right.
So, and I don't mind having Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, and Carter. Giants defense is the foundation of the organization, and I hope it works out. But one of those two guys would be great.
Travis Hunter's gone, right, Kirk?
He's gone. He'll be gone out too.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is the first time in NFL history, I think, that you can get 2 for 1 for a draft pick. You're getting 2 players with 1 draft pick. You're getting not only a wide receiver, but also a defensive back in Travis Hunter. He's that good. I know people say you can't play both sides. You can't play.
That's what they said about Ohtani.
Yeah, they always say that, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is really a mutant. Like, he is we have never seen a player like this. He gets drafted. I put him on offense first. And then he can learn. He's the most exciting player, I think, in the draft. The hardest position to kind of start off with first and immerse yourself in is wide receiver. And if you're a quarterback throwing to a wide receiver, I want the guy from day one to learn the playbook. Defense, I'm not saying that it's easier, but for a guy like that, guess what you can do? Hey, just go in on passing situations and cover that guy. You can do that. Offensively, it's just too. We talked to Isaac Bruce. What did he say about Mike Martz's system? You got to know splits. You got to know where I'm lined up at. You got to know the defense and know where the ball is going before the play even starts. So, wishful thinking.
So I'm sold.
So look,
I'm sold. Get him to the Giants. I mean, here I am. We got Shohei at LA. We got Luka at the Lakers. Those are my teams. The Giants are my team. Get us Travis Hunter. Why can't it happen?
Yeah. Travis Hunter is wishful thinking, but Abdul Carter to the Giants possibly at number 3, and people are giving a comparison to Lawrence Taylor. So anytime I hear Lawrence Taylor,
I've heard
name.
Micah Parsons' name.
Yes.
Yeah,
they all wore number 11 at Penn State, by the way.
There you go.
Wow.
Mike Capozio, Eddie Alizadeh here. We're at Legends Attic, and every time I come and walk through this incredible place, there's new stuff here. Like, to give the guys an update of what is in here, maybe since the last time we were here.
Yeah, so we added a lot more cases. The cards, the kids are liking the cards.
Yeah.
I mean, we've definitely put in some
too.
cards. We got some Yamamotos that came in. I mean, and he's just super hot right now. Obviously, Shohei's really hot, but we've got just different things. We got Walt Disney autograph. We got a John Williams autograph in there. That was pretty cool. Val Kilmer came through the door.
You showed me the John Williams thing, and composer John Williams.
Yeah.
It's written the movie score for every movie you've ever seen in your life, right? And some of the most iconic movie music you've ever heard. And it's this card that is autographed by John Williams, but he's also written out the music for the Jaws theme. with the dun.
Oh, yeah.
And that you showed me that.
It's pretty
that
cool.
is so fantastic.
It's pretty cool. And, they don't like when Mike and I are in there. We always say that because we never want to sell anything.
There it
No,
is. Here it is.
That was up. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's what we have. So those are the exciting things. And then Dave Hobrecht, we're doing some things with Fanatics Fest in June.
Okay.
And so we're going to be out there, and a lot of his art, we're going to collect it from different places in the country and bring it to New York. Fanatics Fest that's
how long
hosted
has that
by
been
Tom
now?
Brady. Second year.
Okay, so I was wondering.
Yeah.
This Fanatic Fest is like the new thing.
Oh, it's big.
And it's huge now.
It is.
First, it was like, okay, there's like a gaming fest, and we know these Comic-Con and all that. Is this like the Comic-Con of being a fan now in terms of memorabilia?
Yeah, when it's backed by Michael Rubin, and last year you see Jay-Z hanging out with them in New York, and it was just they ran out the whole Javits Center, and it was amazing, and it's kind of like it's going to become our Super Bowl of our trade, definitely.
I want to ask you this. Being here in Los Angeles, and obviously there's memorabilia, there's cards, there's things that you own, but you usually kind of own the guys who you see every day. But when players like Ohtani come over to the Dodgers, and it's not like he was far away, but he comes over to the Dodgers. Or now Luka Doncic comes over from Dallas, and now he's putting on a Laker uniform. What does that do for their prior cards or memorabilia that they had before? Because now it seems like it's more rare because they're now with a new team.
Yeah, anytime you get a new team, the hits just become, because now you have a new fan base.
Right.
I mean, the jersey sales spike up, and we sell memorabilia, jerseys, we sell gear. And so, yeah, Luka, big time. We get that ask all the time. We get the ask for Shohei. I mean, that never stops. And it's just like when you say generational player, I mean, to have a Michael Jordan autograph, to have a LeBron James autograph, to have a Tom Brady autograph, Shohei's right there. And so we get that question all the time.
Mike Capozio, Eddie Alizadeh here. We're at Legends Attic. And, Mike, I've been lucky enough to be in your office at Rotolo Chevrolet. And it's like a little mini Legends Attic. You got a ton of sports memorabilia in there. What's it like for you? Obviously, you've been in the car business for a long time. Rotolo Chevrolet right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. And then you have, an interest in a place like this. I know how big of a sports fan you are.
Yeah, and to that point today, I'm walking through with Eddie and Isaac and Oral, and I said to myself, this never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
It's just, the stuff is so beautiful. It's set up so awesome in there, and you're looking at all these heroes of some of ours, right? And it's for me, a fan, that's what I look at.
Do you have a favorite piece?
You know what? There's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a couple of Sandy Koufax pieces that I adore, and I'm a big Jerry West guy, so and of course my Yankee stuff that's out there too.
You know what I can say is that the first time walking in there, it was my first time today, and when you walk in and you see a piece, it also takes you back to a moment in time. It takes you back to that moment. Like for me, seeing the Oral Hershiser 55 jersey takes me back to 1988, sitting down on the couch watching the World Series with my dad. You know what I mean? And those moments you remember because you see like, oh, I remember where I was. That's why I think we got to capture those moments more. And walking into the Legends Attic, I was able to think about that today.
It's our unofficial tagline. It's all about the story. I mean, I remember every card that's in there, why I bought it, the story behind it. And coming up when you guys are here next month, we get the ask for Joe Davis all the time. When I think of the Kirk Gibson home run, I think of Kirk Gibson and I think of Vin Scully calling.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Joe Davis coming here, we're going to have the Freddie Freeman home run baseball on display, and to have Joe talk about that here with ESPN behind it, I mean, it just makes it. That's much more special for all the fans.
That is, I cannot wait. Can we do it tomorrow?
Yeah,
let's get that thing done as quickly as possible. Gentlemen, let me say it again. I love coming here. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for this show, for me, and having us out here for these great events. We really look forward to it. It's a terrific day.
True partner, Travis. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your whole team. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, Legends Attic, we will continue. We'll talk a little NFL draft coming up next. It's Trav, Kirk's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN. And, of course, these are the men behind Rotolo Chevrolet. Mike Capozio. You see Mike and Oral. Mike's hitting home runs off Oral on TV. He's doing all sorts of stuff, right? And then he wakes up. That's the downside. But this is what we're talking about at Rotolo Chevrolet. Come see for yourself what all the fun is about. And you're going to know why I've been partners for them for as long as I have been, because I have complete confidence that when you go to Rotolo Chevrolet, they're going to treat you exactly the way that you want to be treated, the way that you expect to be treated, with courteousness, with transparency, and you're going to feel great about your purchase from Rotolo Chevrolet. So if you're looking for a Silverado, I might be looking for a Silverado. Oral might take mine away from me. So you never know, right? So if you're looking for that new Chevy car truck, only one place to go, Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. All the Silverados, and go see for yourself what that customer service is all about. Go see why they've won 13 Dealer of the Year awards from Rotolo Chevrolet. 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. If Fontana isn't in your backyard, maybe you're in Long Beach, maybe you're on the west side, maybe you're in the valley. Go online, RotoloChevy.com, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. This is your cue to call caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You're in the house to experience the NBA playoffs unlike anything you've ever done before. Lakers Game 3 tomorrow night at Cosm. You want to be there? Caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN on a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Make sure our friends at Cosm Los Angeles get your tickets now. Go to Cosm.com or win them all day long from ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Island's Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Legends Attic, Claremont, California, 619 West Foothill Boulevard. Come on out, check everything out. And if you are a baseball card fan like me, if you're a Rams fan like me, if you're a Dodger fan like me, this is the place to be because they got all that stuff.
Pepe is ready for Game 3, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he was breaking it down. Pepe's here.
Pepe is here.
Yeah.
He is ready for Game 3 for the Lakers versus Minnesota. I know I'm excited for that one, too. It's been a good playoff so far.
Tomorrow night is nuts.
Yes.
You've got Game 3 of the Lakers series.
Correct.
You've got Game 3 of the Kings and the Oilers. You got the Dodgers, Yamamoto against Paul Skeens. It is – you're going to need
another day of the draft.
And another day of the draft.
And
right?
I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't know if this is one of our sponsors, and I don't want to get in trouble here, but, you know, I got a little YouTube TV multi-view action.
Sure.
Okay.
Little multi-view action.
Multi-screen
But you can do it on the phone. So I'm seeing more and more people, and our tablets okay now at the stadiums or no? No tablet yet at Dodger Stadium?
You seem to have yours going on.
I got an iPhone 15. I got
but everything. Like I see you coming into SoFi. You got your tablet on. You're kind of slow walking in there.
I mean, you got to think. You got to have all of this going on now because there's multiple sports going on at one time. You can watch the Dodgers. You could be at Dodger Stadium while watching the Lakers.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if a big thing happens for the Lakers, it's going to ripple through the Dodgers.
Oh, no. You'll know it as it happens.
Exactly.
Because people will be streaming it, listening
to
it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make an announcement at Dodger Stadium as well if they end up winning or losing.
They 100% will because I've been in Dodger Stadium when there are Laker playoff games going on or Kings playoffs games going on, and they will flash the final score, and if they win, the place will erupt because, the crossover is pretty significant. We got the draft tonight. Look, tomorrow morning we're going to be talking about the Rams likely will pick a player. Maybe they're not. Maybe they'll move back. Maybe they'll move up. We'll see how it goes.
The rumor mill is actually buzzing right now.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of fans here today at Legends Attic, and I thought it'd be a fun idea if we get some of them to ask you, the experts, some questions about their teams. You're an expert too, Travis.
I'm going to defer to the expert, the guy that actually played in the NFL for a long time. Let's start with Tom Wolf, who, by the way, Tom, let's say thank you to you for providing all the food here, the Wolf's Deli and Kitchen here in Claremont that you guys have been here for a long time. You've been in town, right?
We've been here for over 100 years.
Stop it.
Yeah,
100 years?
Yeah. My great-grandfather started the food business here in Claremont, and we've been rolling here ever since.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Claremont's awesome.
There we go.
So I see you and I are wearing the same Puka Nakua jersey.
I am a huge Puka fan.
Okay.
We're both BYU grads.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's ready for an awesome year.
So what are your expectations for tonight for the Rams?
Well,
what are you leaning?
Look,
what are you leaning?
They've got the offense set. They are ready to take over, and I think they're going to be great this year.
Okay.
But they got to keep Matthew Stafford upright. So it doesn't seem sexy, but they got to have that offensive line there to keep their sexy offense rolling.
Okay. So remember, they've already re-signed Alaric Jackson. So you've got your left tackle already taken care of.
Yeah.
Steve Avila is going to be at your left guard. So you're good on the left side.
Right.
Rob Havenstein may be in a transition year, right? You may be thinking about 1 year left, and he's on that tackle. But Kevin Dotson has been great. At center, you've been already great with Bo Limmer last year. So
got Coleman Shelton back, too.
And Coleman Shelton. So your offensive line, to me, is set. I'm all about the more skilled position players. And having Isaac Bruce here earlier tell you, the more skilled position players you have, the merrier. And it's really about, can you give Matthew Stafford more weapons? I thought last year when Puka was injured a little bit, Cooper Kupp was injured, we were trying to figure out where did the Rams go with the football. This year, you got Devontae, you've got Puka, you've got Tutu, you've got a running game. I feel like the Rams are missing a tight end. I would love to see them go grab a tight end, especially Mason Taylor.
Oh,
Mason Taylor. He's the son of Jason Taylor, the Hall of Famer. Loveland won't be there. The kid,
he'll be gone.
He'll be gone. Tyler Warren,
right.
He'll be gone. The Penn State tight end. So to me, I'm thinking second round, and they'll still have. It's a good tight end draft, but tight end, skill position player for the Rams. I love that they've invested their last two drafts on defense. So let's get offense. We got to score more touchdowns this year. Sean McVay's offense was well below that 30-point mark that he had when he first came in. I think they go offense.
I like it.
Yeah.
He sold you, Tom. Thank you so much. Thank you for the delicious food here today.
Thanks, Tom.
Hey, thanks for being here, guys. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate it so
Tom.
much. Look, I've said this before. You've heard me say this. It's the one offensive skill position for the Rams that we haven't seen him have a super dynamic playmaker. Tyler Higbee's been really good for them, but when you think of like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, guys like that that make a bunch of offensive plays, we've seen Todd Gurley, high level running back. We've seen a bunch of really good wide receivers, Cooper Kupp at the top of the list. We've seen quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford, probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. The tight end position is the one. It's like that pass-catching, playmaking tight end. We really haven't seen that yet.
It's the one now that you say that could be a mismatch. And especially you mentioned George Kittle. You could throw in Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
You already mentioned Travis Kelce. Just that position now. Brock Bowers turned into an awesome weapon last year for the Raiders. So I look at the tight end position different. That's something that Sean McVay, and I'll go back to what I said earlier, Sean McVay's first pick as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams was Gerald Everett with the tight end who he thought would be the guy. And so to me, the former tight end coach, Sean McVay, I think he drafts a tight end maybe in the second round.
All right, let's try another one here. Let's stick it Claremont, Legends Attic, and I'm seeing a Palomalu jersey, so I have a feeling I know where the allegiances lie. We're talking with Keith Davis here. Keith, what do you got for Kirk?
Well, being a former coach at Claremont High and coaching Eddie Alizada in high school, Fast Eddie is what he's known as, but he was not that fast.
Oh,
he was okay.
But
he wasn't that fast. But
fast-ish Eddie.
Yeah, and he was kind of thin back then.
Okay.
So, I mean,
it happens.
He was getting beat up. But, hey, he's a great guy, great partner here at Legends Attic. My whole thing is the Steelers.
Yeah.
We're in trouble. We
Really?
need a quarterback. I know who they're talking about, but I'm a Jackson Dart guy.
Okay.
And I think he's the Josh Allen coming up.
When you say that you know who they're talking about, do you mean Shedeur or do you mean Aaron Rodgers?
Shedeur.
Okay.
Shedeur. Okay.
Aaron, I love him, a guy. He's a great Packer, but he needs to go out the pasture.
Yeah.
Kirk, what do you think?
Well, tonight, it's about trends tonight. Okay, Keith? It's about trends tonight. And the trend, we'll see what happens early on with this offensive line, defensive end kind of run. And does someone go out and take Shedeur early, which will make, I think, the Pittsburgh Steelers nervous. They're not picking to 21. They've got a long time. The draft starts at 5 o'clock here local. So we're talking about that pick for 21 for the Steelers well past 7 p.m. Do they feel like they have to jump up to get a quarterback, or could they wait until the second round? To me, they don't have the quarterback on their roster. Trust me, Mason Rudolph just doesn't do it for me.
Seen that. No thanks.
But the one thing is Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan, who is their general manager, I don't think that they're going to panic. And remember, do you feel comfortable right now with Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart or Tyler Shuck, the quarterback out of Louisville, starting as your quarterback right now in the AFC North against Joe Burrow, all right, against Lamar Jackson, right?
Against Myles Garrett.
Yeah. So just put that in perspective. Is this guy that you're drafting at quarterback tonight, if you do draft a quarterback, is he ready to compete in that division right away? I don't know. So to me, do they want to develop a guy? Aaron Rodgers is just a Band-Aid. It still doesn't help the future of the organization. So it's tough. I know all things are leading to Shedeur Sanders, possibly if he's there, if he's available. But I don't think the Shedeur is ready right away. So if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think you've got other problems that you need to get fixed. And that may be defensive line, could be they've invested in the offensive line. Remember, Najee Harris, no longer the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can running back be there for them as well?
Keith, thank you. All right,
Thanks, Keith.
Let's try another one here. Let's go to Mike and Dake, who are from Altadena. They're out here at Legends Attic today, and I see a little Rams logo on that hat, a little Dodger logo on that. What do you guys got for us?
Well, we got some questions for you. Thanks for having us out here.
Yes,
Dake,
sir.
you want to go first?
What do you got, Dake?
Why do you think Ashton Genty is – wait.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty is so good even though he's 5'9".
Well, he's 5'9", but he's built like a superhuman Marvel character. If you've ever seen the dude with no shirt on, he has no ounces of body fat at all. He is a perfect size running back. He led college football in rushing yards even after first contact. So think about that. Like, you hit him, and he just keeps going. He's like a bowling ball. So to me, he's probably one of the best backs that we've seen come out in the drafts, maybe since Saquon Barkley.
You think he's that good?
I think he's that good.
Really?
And think about everybody was put there.
Saquon good?
He can be there right away. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow. That's high. That's a high bar, man.
He has that kind of speed. He has that kind of ability. He goes into the right offense. I think he can be right. And look, I love to see the running back position come back. I know what it looked like for the Rams when they had Todd Gurley. And I would say he's right there at that level where Todd Gurley is. So that's the reason why he is one of the best backs. And I think we'll see what happens. At first, it was, wait, where does he go? Is he going to be with the Raiders at pick number 6? But Liam Cohen, a former Rams assistant coach, Rams former executive James Gladstone, who now is the Jacksonville Jaguars general manager,
Looking to make a statement.
They may make a statement at pick number 5. Jaguars may be in business for Ashton Genty.
What do you got for us, Mike?
I got a sort of a management question for you. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
One, do you think they have talked to Matthew Stafford yet about the possibility of drafting a quarterback, just to sort of contextualize it? And then two, if they do take a quarterback at some point in the next 3 days, when and how do you think they've talked to him about it?
Well, he's already well aware of that. His age tells you that. The NFL, Matthew Stafford.
But that's assumption. Do you think management has talked about it on the nose to him?
They don't have to. If they draft a quarterback, hey, Matthew, if they draft a quarterback in the first round, now we have a discussion. You draft a quarterback in the first round, he's going to play. You don't invest in a first-round quarterback. But if they draft a quarterback in the second or third round, and also remember, you follow the money. The economics of the NFL tell me that Matthew Stafford has nothing to worry about. When you invest that amount of money in Matthew Stafford for this year, trust me, he's okay.
It feels like a very
different.
unique situation because they just gave him a lot of money.
Correct.
He's going to be here for now.
At least a year.
And we'll see. And by the way, this is the last couple of years. It's a year-to-year thing. And they're going to have to do it. He knows they're going to have to do it. The guy that's coming in, whether it's any of these guys, you're not playing.
You're not playing,
it's
right?
Matthew Stafford. You're going to get seasoned at least for one season. And I really do think it's a unique set of circumstances.
Yeah, and it's always hard, too, if they draft a quarterback, Matthew Stafford watching his heir apparent.
Yeah.
Like he's watching the guy who's going to take his job at some point. Maybe they groom that player, but at the same time, Matthew Stafford's the quarterback right now, but Sean McVay has not drafted the quarterback of the future, and I think that's what we're all looking ahead to. You want that succession plan to be a lot better than some other teams, to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Not Minnesota. The Green Bay is the one that seemed to have
Green
that
Bay
figured out.
had a plan.
It kind of pushed Aaron Rodgers out the door ultimately, but they got their men. Thanks, fellas. Thank you. Good job, Dave.
Yes.
One more. Let's try Johnny. Another. Let's see. Oh, we got Justin Jefferson. I think
you
you
say
get a Vikings
Minnesota.
question.
JJ.
Kirk.
There we go. Skull.
What do you got, Johnny?
I know we're probably going defense first round, but you've been
Yeah.
talking about playmakers.
Yeah.
You've been talking about running backs.
Yeah.
How dynamic in the Kevin O'Connell offense will Cam Scotabo be for the
Ooh, ASU.
Minnesota Vikings? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that pick, but again, for me, I'm always thinking, Kevin O'Connell is my former college teammate, so love the guy. But think about it. They all come from the coach Sean McVay coaching tree. They don't draft running backs in the first round. They just don't. There's always running back by committee. But your question is, can Scotabo in that offense, how good can he be? I think he can be an electric, and he can help out the young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. But what is that offense geared upon? It's getting the ball to who? Justin Jefferson. So offensive line could be something as well. They got to get better on the offensive line. Remember, Christian Darrisaw got hurt last year against the Rams. The offensive line really wasn't the same. Sam Darnold got beat up in that playoff game against the Rams. So watch offensive line for the Minnesota Vikings. But if they get Scotabo, man, that dude's he's a playmaker.
Offensive line is one of those picks that your team picks an offensive lineman. It's like, it's also probably the most important thing that they can do.
Yeah.
Right? That other than quarterback, if those five guys in front of the quarterback are right, everything else is going to be okay. Right? Like if you have a bad, I would love to see the team that's really good that has a bad O-line. It doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
It's too important. So always not super fun to talk about on the radio. Not super fun. Hey, we got a offensive. Yeah, okay, great, but that's the difference between being a pretty good team or not.
Couple guys who are linked to the Minnesota Vikings at that pick of 24. Gray Zabel.
Okay.
Offensive lineman, North Dakota State.
Yep.
That sounds like a really Minnesota Vikings.
That sounds like a made-up name, but I'll take your word for it.
Gray Zabel.
I heard him. Peter Schrager was talking about him the other day. All right, I like that. The draft is so much fun.
It is fun.
It is so much fun.
It's all speculative.
It's all speculative.
And nobody's
until you're on the
wrong,
clock.
or everybody's wrong. Like you could have these wild. That's a great pick. Well, he hadn't played a single snap. That's a terrible pick. Well, he hadn't played a single snap. I mean, you have no idea how any of this stuff's going to turn out.
This is why we laugh on Monday when there are teams that have draft grades. Like, come on, man. Let's just stop it.
2 years or 3 years before you can honestly say that was a good draft or a bad draft?
It is actually 4 years.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you look at the fifth-year options.
So
the NFL has given us that mechanism that after 3 years, a team can tell a guy right now if your fifth-year option is available. So this is for Eddie, who was talking about his New York Giants. they have an option to give for Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah.
And they haven't given it to him yet.
Not yet.
Now, if they draft Abdul Carter, am I giving the fifth-year option to Kayvon Thibodeau? Probably not.
Probably not. Probably
that draft grade may go down.
And congratulations to Ruben in Glendora, Raider Ruben in Glendora. He gets the Angel 4-pack along the way. Get a little parking pass at that as well for an upcoming Angels game. A little fact or cap is coming up next. Kirk's here for DeMarco. We're at Legends Attic in Claremont, 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our team, and for you, the fans.
And tonight is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long, right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
The NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, it's Travis. Every legend has a story, and those stories are kept at Legends Attic in Claremont. Legends Attic is the premier sports memorabilia gallery and store that offers a unique blend of rare and iconic collectibles. It's a community for sports fans and collectors, so go check it out for yourself. Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of Claremont. Visit legendsattic.com and be sure to follow Legends Attic on all social media platforms so you can stay connected to know about their upcoming signings and special events with Hall of Famers and pro players.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer
Welcome
Emily.
to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Yeah. What up?
And before we get on with Factor Cap, it is a little bit of a late Factor Cap, in 11:50 edition of Factor Cap here at Legends Attic in Claremont.
It's 11:50 already?
Yeah,
that went fast, man. Yikes.
When you're talking to some legends, it
you're
goes
right.
fast.
Good point. Good point.
But I want to give a shout out to Ernest in Boyle Heights, who won a Dave Hobrecht all-time Dodgers book and a Legends Attic hat and shirt. And Dave over there is working on an Isaac Bruce portrait, and it looks amazing as always.
Who won the prize?
It is Ernest in Boyle Heights.
Ernest, if you have not seen that book yet, you are going to love
incredible.
it. It is really something special.
So Kings last night got a huge win against the Oilers, up 2-0 in the series and heading back to Edmonton. But while they're here in LA, I think this is going to be something that you need to have every single game. It's the Koreatown Harmonica. The Koreatown Senior Center Harmonica class. They have done the last 2 games. In both games, they beat the Oilers. I think it is superstitious if they don't have that group doing their harmonica every game, they will lose. Travis, fact or cap?
Fact. Do not mess with something that works. If you've got somebody that comes and sings the national anthem and you win, they come back tomorrow, and especially if we're talking about the playoffs, and especially if we're talking about hockey. Hockey players, as far as superstition go, make baseball players look normal, and baseball players are wildly superstitious. Hockey is on a whole nother level. If it works, you keep doing it until it stops working. Bring the Korean harmonicas time after time after time.
I agree. 100% fact. You got to, because creatures of habit, routine, to me, it's always, I got to do the same thing the right way. If it's when I get to the stadium, it's, I go to the right door instead of the left door, right? I go in and I'm like, it's just the timing of when I eat my, my pasta and my chicken protein, and when do I have my oranges or my protein bar. You don't change the routine, and even the sounds. The other day I saw Too Short, by the way. Too Short, the rapper.
Yeah.
And I told him we needed to hear on third down, Blow the Whistle. That's his song. He said, because that is just part of the routine. You don't change that. You keep it up, and boom, there you go.
You don't call him too long.
Too Short? Oakland native.
Oakland native, Too Short.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're surprised I knew that, aren't you?
Yeah. You see,
I'm shocked, honestly.
I never doubted your street cred. Never doubted your street cred.
The thing is, you don't give Travis credit for it because he's
never
going to blow by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody stopped on that for a second.
MASN, which is they broadcast the Orioles games, and they have a subscription plan like Spectrum does, where you can pay X amount for the entire season. So they have it's $89.95 for the entire season. You can get all the Orioles games on their broadcast. Great deal.
Right.
So, but the catch is, MASN charged some customers, instead of $89.99, $8,099 for the entire season. So they're nearly $9,000 for a season of Orioles baseball on your TVs.
Not as good of a deal.
Not as good of a deal. They have since rectified it, but you have accidentally been overcharged. Kirk, fact or cap?
Wait. So how is it? Wait, fact or cap? I've been overcharged.
If you have been, say fact.
Yes, fact. So one time, really, I think my wife came home and she realized that the bill was a lot more. And I'm like, wait, because she went to Trader Joe's, and it's these little noodle packs that my daughter loves.
Sure.
And for some reason, she had 15 of them on the receipt, and we only had one.
Oh.
I had to go all the way back to Trader Joe's, but they gave me one of those commemorative bags.
Oh, the new hot color?
No. I got the insulate bag. The
ice cream.
The new ones. That's yes. So I got that one.
Okay.
But I had to go all the way back. So fact, yes, I have been overcharged for something that we didn't buy.
If you don't mind me asking,
Sure.
How much extra money was that? So was it like a $2 to a $15 purchase, or is it a $2 to a $50 purchase?
So 3 times 14. It was $3, and it was like 14 extra. It was like she put in 15.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good number.
So I was gonna say, how much was it to actually drive back to that Trader Joe's?
$50. I'm driving back.
Okay.
Damn right.
I need that.
If it was 15.
I'm still driving back. If it was $5, I'm still driving back. No, you're not taking that money from me. I need that back.
Travis, you have been accidentally overcharged.
I don't remember. I think it's capped for me. I don't think so. Stuff has been rang wrong at restaurants and things where you'll get the bill. I check the bill. It's just one of those things, and it's usually more often than not, they give you the wrong person's bill. They give you the check from the table over there, and it's been both ways. Like if you go out to dinner, you and your wife or whatever, and instead of it being $75, it's $35. You're like, well, this isn't right. Or it's $235. You're like, well, this isn't right. So, stuff like that, but never something to the tune of $8,000.
Which reminds me, I have to call my cell phone carrier because my auto pay went up. And so that's how they try to get you. They'll just have you, if you're on auto pay, you realize, wait, why did it go up? Because they add an extra service. That's why I'm almost against auto pay in certain situations.
And also, every time you call, too, you can negotiate that down and say, I'm going to leave, and then they bring it down.
There are certain things that if you call and say, I don't want this, why not? It's too expensive. Well, what if we lowered the price? I still don't want it. Well, what if we lowered the price to this? Still don't want it. Well, what if we lowered it to this? Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, I'll take it.
Exactly.
Stop it.
So that was an abbreviated Factor Cap because we're having too much fun here with all of our fans here at Legends Attic and Claremont. But we have Super Crosstalk with Mace and AK coming up next. But Factor Cap was brought to you by
Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000. If you get hurt in an accident, if you want to know your rights, if you want to make sure that the insurance company isn't taking you to the hoop, Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, 213-747-2000, or normandlegal.com. I cannot believe it's already Super Crosstalk time. Coming up next.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Mace and AK in the house as well. How's it looking back there, fellas? We're here at Legends Attic. Another great day. Another day with
sounded
Oral,
good.
Isaac Bruce.
Great.
Yeah.
Great out here.
You got the big names coming out.
Yeah, the heavy hitters, baby. The heavy hitters.
Exactly.
World Series MVPs, Cy Young Award winners. You know how we do it.
How you doing, Kirk? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. It's NFL Draft Day. We've been waiting for a long, long time. Finally, all the rumors. I mean, the rumors are still flying right now. Teams wanting to trade and all that stuff. Look, I can't wait till 5 o'clock. Let's get this thing started.
What do you think, Mace? As a member of the Ramley,
Yes,
charter member
of the Ramley.
of the Ramley.
Yep.
What are you a? Let's do it. Let's go for it right now. Get Matthew Stafford a weapon, or hey, let's get ready for life after Matthew Stafford.
Get him a weapon. I'm all in for this coming season. Look, unless, and Kirk, you'll know this. Yeah. I mean, Sean McVay is a quarterback genius, guru, offensive mind. If he sees the guy who is going to be the guy for the next decade, then I would say go quarter. Like if he thinks Jackson Dart is that guy and he's still on the board, although I hear he's climbing really fast, if Jackson Dart and Sean McVay says that's my guy for the next decade, then I would trust Sean McVay. But my initial thought is let's get guys to help for this coming year where the Rams, I think, are one of the favorites to win the NFC.
I like that. I think weapon too. I would love another receiver or even a tight end, maybe the tight end in the second round. Look, Kyron Williams, I like him. Don't love him. Puts the ball on the ground too much. So there's a couple running backs I think the Rams can do at pick 26. And then also, too, if someone does fall in love with a player, I want to see does Sean McVay and Les Snead even trade back. You know, hey, let's trade down a little bit, see if we can acquire more picks because we see the Rams have done quite nicely with their draft picks.
Oh, those later round picks tend to work out for the Rams.
They always
don't they?
work. They find a way.
They do find a way.
They've been particularly good in the back half, like you mentioned. Like you find Puka back there, you find Kyron Williams back there. They've Bo Limmer
Cooper
started
Kupp.
most of the season
Cooper
for me
Kupp.
as a
Kitchens.
7th-round pick.
Yep,
just crazy. So Mace, last night,
yeah,
you went to the game.
I did.
I'm watching the game on TV.
Yeah,
they get out to that 3-goal lead, and you're like, all right, here we go. They're going to do the thing. And then they did the thing where 3-1, 3-2. When that second goal for Edmonton went in, what was it like?
I was the place went quiet.
Yeah.
But there was never any. I'll tell you, the Kings crowd is a great crowd. I mean, they are completely into it from the jump, from the drop of the puck on.
Just ask Skinner.
Yeah, ask Skinner. Skinner. Yeah, I did not feel. Because Skinner had a rough game, I did not feel like the Kings were going to lose that game. But when it gets to 3-2 in the third period, you're like, oh, damn. Because I know what happened.
Especially after how Game 1 went.
Yeah, I know what happened in Game 1. Exactly. They came back to win it, but Edmonton tied it.
I feel like, because I heard Travis and everybody talk about the psychology of the Kings after Edmonton made it so interesting down the stretch and some of the history with Edmonton. But the Kings ended up pulling it out. I think based on what we saw last night, the Kings, rather than being nervous about Edmonton making it so close, it was like, look, man, you guys damn near pulled off the impossible, and you still couldn't do it.
Right.
Like you had that flurry of goals down the stretch, and you still could not push yourself over the top. You can't beat us.
And now the Kings have scored 12 goals in 2 games. So they are rolling. They are hot. On top of that, they are 5 of 10 in power play opportunities. And
that's bananas.
They're 5-0 in penalty
like they're
kills.
Always in a power play.
Yeah, they're in power play a lot.
And they're not giving Edmonton many power plays.
Yeah,
they're
only 5. Only 5. And they've killed all 5 of the penalties. Boy, look at me. I'm like doing hockey stuff.
I know, but
how about that?
The scary part is that you feel like, okay, they've got control of the series. But you know how it is in hockey. They can go up to Edmonton, and they can just as well easily lose 2 games in a row, and we're right back in this thing at 2-2 with a new series.
When they yanked Skinner last night, I was trying because, look, pitchers come out of games all the time, but that's part of the baseball, right? The pitcher, especially now, the pitcher never finishes the game.
Yeah.
Right? So pitchers coming out. Once in a blue moon, you'll see a quarterback get benched in the middle of the game, but not like the guy. Like they're not benching Matthew Stafford. Correct. Like he's not getting benched for poor performance. Game might get blown, but in hockey, your goalie, who's the guy, can have a bad night and they bench you in the middle of the game. Like there's nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, he got a little beleaguered last night. I mean, the fans were all beleaguered, and fans were all over him. And it was actually a really fun night.
Skinner after the backup.
Oh, I know. It was so funny. But a Kings crowd is really a great crowd. I mean, that entire place is pulsing, and everybody's got the flags going. I mean, it really was a cool environment, and you can see why the Kings have the best home record in the NHL.
It was a very beleaguered goaltender.
Beleaguered, I say.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, and I'm going to try. We'll see if I can put it together. I want to go to the Dodger game tomorrow night because I want to see Paul Skeens against Yamamoto.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here's the rub. Kings game 3, Lakers game 3. Kind of all sort of happening at roughly
basically
the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. How do you just stare at your phone while you're at the Dodger game? How do you attack the 3-headed monster that is Friday night?
You know, I'd tell you, Yamamoto Skeens is pretty cool, but I think I need to be home with 2 TVs or 3 TVs going, plus my phone to be able to watch everything. I don't think I could. I don't think I can go tomorrow night because of that.
If you're going to go, Travis, to the game, and the idea of having your phone, bring multiple phones. Like turn this.
Bring your burner. I'm being serious. Bring your burner phone.
Multi-view, man.
Bring
Go to
Susan's
YouTube
phone.
TV.
Bring your phone.
Bring the burner phone that Susan doesn't know about.
By the way, if I showed up with a second phone, she would think that I'm like buying baseball cards on the side.
Oh, is that right?
It would never occur to her. She has seen my game up close for 30 years. She knows I haven't done, and there would be no concern whatsoever.
But I mean, just seriously, like turn your time at Dodger Stadium into a second third, maybe even fourth screen experience. Because if you're going to be distracted on some level, have all the distractions in front of you.
Yeah. I have not seen Skeens in person yet, and I only saw Yamamoto in the playoffs last year against the Padres in that Game 5 where he was terrific.
Yeah.
So that's an incredible experience, but Skeens feels like one of those things you got to kind of check with your own eyes.
See, I think I asked this question before, but like we're here at Legends Addicts, and I think about keeping memorabilia, and I think back in the day, you'd always keep the ticket that you used to get into the game. What do we use now? Do we just use the screenshot of the ticket that we use for mobile?
Well, it's funny. You know what they did?
How do we keep that now?
When Ovechkin broke the record, Gretzky's record, they gave fans that were there the opportunity to get a hard copy ticket. So they would have that to be able to save. But you're right,
more of that.
Kirk. People don't have ticket stubs. Now, I keep media credentials, right? I got media credentials from everything going back to my first Olympics. And I've got all those. And so those are my keepsakes. But you're right. It's harder to – I don't know what you do
This
if you're
is
a
one
fan.
of the things that –
So just keep a screenshot.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. This is one of the
this-
things that, a world that has increasingly become digitized online takes away from you. It's like the physical experience and physical remembrances of blank.
Right.
Think about it. Even every single one of us use our phones to take pictures constantly.
Yes.
How many photos do you actually get printed and displayed anywhere in your house? Nowhere.
Very few.
We're just collecting them in our phones to therefore do nothing.
But
with
Apple
them.
makes these little movies for me,
Sure.
Those are cool.
Yesterday, I got a movie called Pet Friends, and I got to see all my dogs.
But you know what I mean?
It's a big hit on my phone.
We used to have physical experiences, whether you're talking about albums or buying DVDs or the ticket stubs, all of that stuff. Now everything is just in your phone.
Hey, I got an idea.
Okay.
So I got this idea when my mom used to take me to visit the Wax Museum or Knott's Berry Farm. You remember we used to go to those places, and you would insert the penny.
And it would flatten it out.
And it would flatten it out.
Oh, sure.
You would crank it.
Yeah.
And you would crank
Yeah.
it. And it will show you, hey, you just came to the Wax Museum, Knott's Berry Farm, or the Wax Museum. I think Dodger Stadium, maybe even, crypto, you put a coin in, and it flattens it out, and it prints out the day in which you were there, the game in which you were there. We can do that for all these events, and I can take away my memento. And if you're not there, you can't get that particular day.
My question is it legal to destroy a mass amount of money? Right? Because you're really destroying currency.
You're worried about defacing U.S. coins, Mace?
Yeah, well, think about it.
Penny.
Let's say 10,000 people at crypto do it one night. Well, you're destroying money. Destroying money in the United States, including burning, mutilating, defacing currency, is illegal.
You looked it up, Mace?
So I looked it up. Penalties include fine and imprisonment. So you take your little flattened pennies there. All right, you have a good day.
Flattening
All
my
right,
penny
narc.
at Knott's Berry Farm. All these
you were committing crimes, Morrison.
Turn
you in.
I was committing crimes at Knott's Berry Farm.
That was a
Mace, I gotta
spree.
be honest.
That was a crime spree.
I didn't have you figured as a narc, Mace. I gotta be honest.
I'm not narking. I'm just saying
This is narc behavior,
there's a
Mace.
certain
I gotta be honest.
impracticality to
I
this
just looked at
particular
the
idea.
statute, and apparently this has been illegal behavior, Kirk Morrison.
My flattened penny, huh? You just took my dream away.
There it is.
I
It's
thought I had
over.
something, man. I was trying to see if you wanted to be investors, man. Now you just took my dream
Yeah.
away.
By the way, I think the investor, the one that owns this, is really the one that's going to be paying fines and going to prison.
What's the oldest credential you have in your stack, Mace?
Let me see. 92. I would. That's a good question. It's got to be.
Is it Olympics?
98 was my first Olympics, so there were credentials before that. There had to have been a Super Bowl in 2002, maybe, that I went to. 2002 was my. No, I'm sorry. 92 was my first year. 92 was my first year.
Wow.
98 was my first Olympics. So yeah, it goes back to a Super Bowl in the early 2000s. For sure.
Mine was a Super. It was I batted the Super Bowl numbers, but it was in Phoenix. It was the Steelers Cowboys. The one where Larry Brown had 2 interceptions.
Oh, sure.
And I remember it's the first event I ever covered, like as a working member of the media, and you go to the media center and they take your picture and they give you the credential. And I remember thinking, I get to keep this?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
That's
like,
cool.
this is the greatest souvenir in the world. And they're like, yeah, dude, you can keep it. What's the big deal? I'm like, and I still have it. I
Kirk,
look
you
like
save
I'm
all yours
9
too?
years old.
I do. I actually, you know what? I see. Wait, did they take the YouTube down already? No, we're still up, huh?
You're still up, yeah.
Okay. Can you guys see me?
What is it?
Yes.
Let's see what I have in my bag here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at these.
Oh, my God. He's got a bucket full of them.
Credentials?
Okay.
Yes.
I have credentials.
Oh,
Look,
man.
he's still got the lanyards attached to him, too. There's
You
like
carry
50
these around
lanyards
with you, Kirk? Everywhere
Well,
you go?
I have my work backpack, which is stuff just like.
So the one that just fell on the ground is a Super Bowl game day credential.
Yeah, so I have the Super Bowl game day credential right here. So that was from Super Bowl 50. Oh, sorry. So, 59.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Was this the most recent one?
That's the most recent one.
Okay.
New Orleans. NFL Combine. I still have that one.
Wait, what is this one?
This
NFL
one,
Honors. Oh, you got them all, man.
Went to
All
NFL
right.
Honors. And this is my tailgate.
Oh, that's
so this is most recent stuff. Yeah.
What about a flattened
I got all- I
penny
keep 'em all.
from Knott's Berry Farm?
Marineland, 1977.
Yeah, exactly.
on,
Marineland. Wow, that's going back.
It's old school.
My
That's
wife won't
where
let me keep all
Terranea
these,
is now.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Marineland. It was the like kind of the JV SeaWorld.
Yes, it
of
was.
its day. Yeah, it wasn't like when your mom and dad didn't want to make the drive all the way to San Diego. We'll just go to Marineland. It'll be
Close
fine. You
enough.
won't know the difference.
Close enough.
You won't know the difference. They got
exactly.
They got dolphins. You'll be good to go. All right, that's Super Crosstalk. Thanks to everybody here at Legends Attic for having us again. It is
Thank y'all.
great spot. Come on out and check it out. 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of